Our sister RP is in the place to be. What's up, sister?
Et Sin E. How you doing?
E.T. Senate E. I'm doing nefer.
Oh, great, great. Um, well, I got it today. I was thinking it was coming from France, but then I did the tracking and it was outside actually when I went to check, and here it is.
Oh, that's what's up. It's just like my hat. That's what's up.
Yeah,
Let me do the solo layout. There it is, brothers and sisters. That's
yeah.
what's up.
I really like this. Yeah, so I have an after school program that I help facilitate. And I'm going to wear this because we're going to start talking about coding. So I'm going to
Okay.
use this as an introduction because this is a code. It's
Mm.
ancient code, but it's still a code. And then we're going to be able to, demonstrate. I'll be able to demonstrate to them the meanings inside each of the, glyphs and stuff. So, but yeah, I was looking online and I was like, this is actually like really good designs. So as soon as I get some more, extra money, I'm gonna get the matching hat, and I want to get a Ma'at shirt. But I really like the Kemet one to start with. Yeah, so it's really good, and the prices ain't bad either. So
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I
yeah,
appreciate that.
but you
Donnie
know what?
Williams wrote. Yes, go ahead,
Hmm?
sister. Go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that boonie cover, the hat. I don't know what they call. I call it a boonie cover. I really like that with the
The bandana?
nah. It's
The cover, the protection cover thing.
yeah, it goes all the
Yeah.
way around. That's the one I want to get next too. Yeah.
You. Oh, do you mean that?
It's a hat that I don't know what they call it. It's like a
Oh,
beach
like a
hat.
beanie low,
Yeah.
like a hat for winter, like.
Or that you would wear if it's sunny, but it goes all the way around.
Oh yeah, I get it. I get it. Oh, okay. I didn't even know that was added. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All
like
right.
that one
Okay.
too. But
Okay.
yeah, I
Okay.
got it. Proud owner of my own my Out
Kemet shirt.
Forever shirt. Kemet. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, brother Donnie Williams. See, you got your mail.
Yeah, yeah. What's up, Shaka? I was gonna do just I know it's a serious topic, but I was gonna do a little
No, no. I appreciate that, bro. I'm
unboxing.
glad.
So
I'm glad. Yeah, yeah. Live
yeah. Man.
unboxing, bro. You don't mind if I use this excerpt, like as a clip, my
No,
intro?
no,
Oh,
it's all
thank you.
good.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
for those who wonder, I'm gonna share the link. All right, that's lovely.
Yeah, I got the Heather Gray. Oh man, yeah,
Oh, you got the
I
Kemet
didn't,
shirt as well. Okay.
yeah. I didn't know it had that on the back
In the
though.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. That's what's up,
That's
man.
lovely. Oh, thank you. I
So
appreciate that.
yeah. So just letting you know, just coming through, showing some support real quick, man. I'm about to get back into this Netflix film. So um, just wanted to say peace, man, and thanks.
Yeah, thanks a lot, brother.
Okay. All
All
right.
right.
Hotep Senu Hena Senut, Yitiren Ishakanduku Kemeta, just received my shirt. That's the white one. I do have the black one as well. Look at this motif on the sleeves. Looking fly. Oh my goodness. Oh my Neferu. Neferbu. Even have it in the back, but it's going to be a bit difficult for me to show you. But you see a little bit of it here. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And this is the black Ma'at shirt. Look at this, man. That's what's up for real. Oh my Neferu. Neferbu. Hotep Senu. Hena Senut. E.T. Ren E. Shakandugu Kemet. That's the deal. Can't even check the design in the back. Hold on. Hold on now. Oh my goodness, man. All the way in the back. You got it all, man. You got the hat, you got the bandana, you got the shirts, you got the hoodies coming soon. I mean, you have it all. All right? Okay.
Microphone check. Microphone check. Like, so, well, let me put it down a little bit. How is it now? 1 2 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. Okay, let's put it down a little bit. Check the sound. For example, let's go home. Okay. 1 2 1 2. Otepsinu, Henasinu, Otepsinu, Henasinu, T, Ren Ishakanugu Kemet. I hope you're doing well. The title of this live stream is Zaneta called out. Zaneta called out the foolishness and ignorant statement of Tazaryach. Third copyright claim. Yes, you heard right. Now, I hope you will be able to hear what I will share. Let's see if you will hear it. I just want you to have the audio.
Last question, and I'm gonna let you go.
Yes, sir.
What is this foolishness when some of these guys practice the Passover? Tazaryach told me that we are celebrating the death of Africans. And I'm like, what is you talking about, man? The death of Africans. So when they have these Passovers, is the misteachings that these brothers be receiving. They say, well, you know, it was the Africans who enslaved us in Kemet, and we had to fight our way up out of Kemet. And so this is why we celebrate the Passover. And I said, brother, are you celebrating the death of men, women, and children, brother? Of African babies? That's when he made the ignorant statement of, yes, I will not feed the African child. What kind?
When I check on my phone, I could hear it. Now, let me just go back. So you heard it right. That's cool. Senator said he must have got some phone call because you know he has some bosses, you know, who tell him what to do. The person said, "Yes, sir." Oh, never mind who it is. He asked that question to an elder. What is this foolishness when some of these guys practice the Passover? Tazaryach told me that we are celebrating the death of Africans. And I'm like, what is you talking about, man? The death of Africans. So when they have the Passover, it's these misteachings that these brothers be having. Or that these brothers be receiving. They say, well, you know, it was the Africans who enslaved us in Kemet, and we had to fight our way out of Kemet. And this is why we celebrate the Passover. And I said, brother, are you celebrating the death of man, women, and children? Brother, African babies? That's when he made the ignorant statement of, yes, I will not feed the African child. Now, some of these conscious community people are so dumb. But it was thanks to Scam Cheddar that I knew they were teaching that. Why do you think I asked a question during the weigh-in? And Tazi was running away from the question because he knew that sounded bad as F. Now, let's play it.
Do you celebrate the death of Africans?
We about to say, in what capacity? Let me before I answer.
Do you celebrate the death of Africans? It's very clear. It's plain English.
Well, we got a Passover coming up, so that would be the death of the Egyptians.
Okay, but my question to you, and you
I
can
just
answer by
answered
yes
it.
or no.
I just answered it.
You said we have a Passover coming, and you mentioned the Egyptians. Right now, you're buying
Are
time.
Egyptians? Are Egyptians? No, are Egyptians not Africans?
Are you celebrating?
I'm
the death
asking
of
you a
Africans?
question. I just
You
said
see,
we have.
He doesn't want to answer because he knows it sounds bad. It sounds worse than MLK because MLK is one guy.
I think what I
and
just
we're talking
said
about
is
the whole
worse than
population.
saying death of Africans because those deaths are African babies. You know what the Passover is about? The Passover is about when he passed over the firstborn sons of the Israelites, but killed all the firstborn sons and animals of the Egyptians who are Africans. I'm not dodging your question. I'm just expounding on it.
Well, okay, can you answer by yes or no then? Do you
Yes,
celebrate the death of
I'm
Africans?
going to celebrate the Passover, which is about the death of Egyptians that were killing our babies. That's called justice.
He doesn't want to answer the question directly.
I said, yeah.
But
Wait. I said, wait. What are you talking about?
So can you state for the record, I celebrate the death of Africans then? Go ahead.
So first you wanted me to say yes or no. You didn't want me to expound. Then when I say yes, now you want me to say it another way. Are you stuck on like you like an amateur? You're an amateur.
You can say that, but you know you're in your feelings right now. It's okay. You know you have the right.
I'm not in my feelings, man. I done answered the same question twice.
Brother. What? Okay, that's what I was going to say. Say no more. I asked him if he celebrates the death of Africans, and he answered yes. So we heard it for the record. Tazaryach, do you celebrate the death of Europeans?
I haven't seen a bunch of Europeans dead to celebrate.
Do you celebrate the death of Europeans?
You would have to help me understand why you're asking that question.
Yes or no, please. Yes or no, please.
I will.
Like you were quick to answer yes when I asked you to celebrate the death of Africans. Now I'm asking you to celebrate the death of Europeans.
Okay, that's so now I'm gonna. No, wait. So when you ask me about the death of Africans,
support the death of Europeans. That's 3 times.
When you ask about the death of Africans, I referenced a actual holiday we have that celebrates. Yeah, listen to this.
Just like him.
Okay, no. To answer the
yes
question,
or no?
I'm just about to answer it. No. Now you may. Now I'm gonna say no, and then I'm gonna no sweat.
And you know what's funny? They indeed celebrate the death of Africans. That's their teaching. Who said it? Sanetta said it. Sanetta said it. But in the public, Tazi will not hold on to their teachings, just like he lied on the Bible. So, do you think that they will go publicly and teach what Konas said they teach when it comes to how young they get them?
I'm gonna tell you why, because I'm an Israelite and Tazaryach Israelite, and I think his doctrine is off compared to what we teach. We both had the same mission, but he's telling the Israelites it's okay to mix race, right? He's telling that they got a doctrine saying that if a child reached a flower, they could be 15 or 9 years old. You can have sex with them.
Okay,
This is what they
now
teach.
you talk about running.
See these brothers? I'm way ahead, and you have some grown men cheerleading, not even knowing that what happened when I asked him the question is that he ran away from his own doctrine. He ran away from his own teachings. He ran away from the teachings of ISUPK. He could not own up to it. He didn't have the courage and the strength to own up to his teaching. He folded. He buckled under the pressure. Their teaching are so messed up that they don't own up to their teaching publicly, man. So was it Konat that lied? Did Konat lie? Have you ever heard somebody from ISUPK that has a position stating, well, Konat lied, that was slander? How many times have I played that clip of Konat saying that they teach you can have sex with a girl if she's 15 or even 9 years old? How many times have you heard an official of ISUPK refuting or denying that? So chances are Konat may have told the truth about that. Some people are just weak, I'm telling you, man. Weak. Let me see who's in the place to be. We do have Donnie Williams in the place to be. Andrea Brunet in the place to be. Imhotep University TV in the place to be. V. Bennett in the place to be. Hotep. Thank you for telling me that you could hear me well. V. Bennett wrote, imagine if people had a yearly event celebrating the death of well, he's still alive. Guess whose death I celebrate on Passover? Texas Bama is in the place to be. She wrote, finally he answers. And Mr. East is in the place to be as well. So yes, just like it says in parentheses in the title, I had my third copyright claim. Third copyright claim. Wild Funk is in the place to be. Peace Fam. And it's understandable that Scam Cheddar didn't want this heard because Saneda himself said that this was foolishness and it was an ignorant statement coming from Tazaryach. And I have good memory. I remember, even though I said it, there's nothing wrong with repeating one of your statements. After Tazaryach told the young boy, he was on tape. It was on tape. After he told the young boy he would not feed him because he is African, that caused a controversy, a scandal. And Saneda stated publicly, Tazaryach, you're my brother, but you won't be back on my channel. And like 2 weeks later, Tazaryach was back. Their words ain't worth much, if it is worth anything. You see? Now, for the record, Tazaryach doubled down on his stance. What did he say?
How can I let Red Pill come? Red Pill just have a different ideology than me, but he's still a brother. That 14-year-old African is an African. He's not my brother. He's not my people, period.
You know what he talked about when he said, come?
How can I let Red Pill come? Red Pill.
How can I let Red Pill come? He was talking about their cookout or barbecue or however you want to call it. So he was clear. That's his stance. But when we spoke, when we had the Wayne, which was not a debate, no topic. Oh, you know, the UK, you know, even a Nigerian, you know, could be a brother. Those people are flip-flopping, jumping ship. They cannot even be straight in their own doctrine, man. But for the record, to make sure that there's no ambiguity, he's clear on Africans. He what?
As a people, I hate Africans because of what they did to my people.
Yes. So Senator is so weak. Senator is so weak. First, he called those statements when he talked to an elder. He I guess maybe he revealed a private conversation. But the audio that you heard, it's a video. We see the elder that he's asking the question to. I only played the audio, you know what I'm saying? Because, hey, who knows what he may do? I had 2 copyright claims before. They were rejected by YouTube. There's a 3rd one. We see what's going to happen. You see? So Saneda himself said that this was foolishness, that it was ignorant statement. You understand what I'm saying? But now it's all good. But however, when he came to MLK, he said that Tazaryach was right for labeling MLK with the B word, right? Play for the record. Okay.
No, it's not a double standard because Joseph's dream didn't have him disobey the Lord. Martin Luther King's dream.
Oh, so is he even going to make excuses for Tazaryach calling Martin Luther King? Let's find out.
Had him serving white people. Martin Luther King's dream said, prefer the white burger over the black burger. Prefer the white business over the black business.
And please put up that quote, since you want to, apparently you're going to make excuses for it. I would like to see that quote here from Dr. Martin Luther King.
No matter what the white man do, don't fight back. That's a bitch. That's not a man.
See, y'all could get mad all you want from what Captain Tazaryach said, but guess what? Captain Tazaryach is right.
You heard it for the record. And I'm lucky that I came across that part. That's because I was looking, for other stuff, other video. Now he's going to bring up Khalid Abdul Muhammad, but what about Kataza?
Now I'm saying it, chump. Stop that, record it, and play me saying it. Captain Tazaryach is right. When a man is constantly spitting in your face and you just doing a protest march, even Malcolm knew that he was right.
Malcolm is in the picture shaking Dr. Martin Luther. But since you gave me to go ahead to make that clip, I will make that clip. So YouTube, if Frankie makes another copyright claim, you heard that he actually gave me the authorization to use that clip. We heard it at the end. Stop that. Blah, blah, blah. Use it, whatever. He gave me the authorization. That's just for the record. You see? Young Hero is in the place to be. How you doing, brother? If you can just go at the beginning of the video and I play Sanera, who stated, he uploaded it, so he stated publicly that there's this foolishness that the Hebrew Israelites teach. Actually, it's a bit longer where you kind of hear the response from the elder. And when the elders are saying, Tazaryach, then Saneda says, no, it's not just him. It's like Hebrew Israelites, not all, but many of them teach that, you see. So hopefully I have us made a counter claim. So, hopefully like a woof, the video will be back. And then, I will gladly let people know, here's the video that was flagged, the copyright claim, and now it's back so you can hear the rest. But the answer is not long. It's like it's kind of cut short, you see, because I wanted to have the full context, you know what I'm saying? And so Saneda himself said that is foolishness. And he said that's when Tazaryach made that ignorant statement that he will not feed an African. It shows you, some people are not on man time, man. Some people, and can you imagine that this weak dude called Saneda, who's flip-flopping, He has some male groupies. He has some male groupies, some adults who are cheerleaders, man. And this dude Sanedo is not on man time. He doesn't stand on anything, man. Like we heard, he said that one dude won the debate, hands down, from beginning to end. Then he said, okay, no, he had the edge. Then he said, no, actually, he lost the debate. The dude is not on man time. My goodness. Anyway, feel free if you have questions or comments, regardless of the title, we can address everything. You have the link if you want to get on the panel. Really, that was the main purpose, just to let people know that there's a third copyright claim. This is a strong, the wannabe strong dude who's appealing to YouTube, crying and doing some censorship, man. Doing some censorship, man. This dude talked about my mother. I didn't do any copyright claim. He talked about my father. I didn't do any copyright claim. He made a very serious and disgusting accusation towards me regarding my daughter. I didn't make any copyright claim. I didn't report his channel. You know what I'm saying? But Frankie made his third copyright claim. Now, if the statement of his did not bother him, if he didn't get a verbal spanking by his higher ups, he wouldn't have been tripping about what he said himself. Those guys don't even stand on their own words. What's up, Brother Tar? He is in the place to be. He wrote, when did he, well, I guess he meant to write, when did he say that? Oh, I don't even know if I have the, well, I couldn't tell you when he said that. I couldn't tell you because I found the video. Oh, you know what? We can find out when he said that. I had the page open. Where would I find it? Because I can even link the video. He's gonna remove it though. Hold on. Non. Va sur le lit, Miro. Il est trop tard. Tu vas faire dodo. Va sur le lit. Hold on. How did I? Okay, I need to find the copyright page. Hold on. Just give me a few moments. Where was it again? So if I do that, of course they tell you. So where's the details? I don't have the details anymore. Oh snap! Dang, I didn't think about, how can I get the link? Dang. Okay, there it is. See details, and then they should show. And when they first show you the stuff, they give you the link of the original video. Learn more. Snap, it's a shame. You know what? I can do a quick search, but I don't remember which title he's put, don't think it's that one. Oh, the copyright claim was today. Oh, I see, brother Young Hero. What's up, Young Hero?
Yeah, what's going on, Shaka?
Oh, I'm chilling, brother.
What's going on with you? What's the topic today? What happened?
The title says Frankie made his third copyright claim against me.
Again, for what? You ain't been on him. We ain't been talking about him.
Well, did you get a chance to go to the
yeah,
to the beginning
I saw
to hear?
Who he was talking to, because we're kind of at the end. We didn't really hear the ending. Like,
yeah, I just wanted to hear like when he asked a question. He was talking to Baba Heru, and Baba Heru is the superior of Jabari Osase. He's the head of the Shrine of Ptah.
Oh, what and, Baba Heru said?
I don't have the full answer, but he started off saying, hold on, let me tell you exactly, because I have the stuff there. Oh, damn. Hold on. Where is it? Hold on. Where's the detail stuff?
Another copyright claim for what?
Yeah, because he's on tape. He's on record saying that he's foolish, that it is foolishness. And that's when Tazaryach made the ignorant statement,
That's what he copyright claim about.
Yeah, but I guess he got a phone call and he was told, hey, man, you know better. You don't want me to slap you. You don't want me to spank you. You don't want us to stop supporting you.
I was going to say, everybody know where this guy Senator stands. It's like the guy. Even if, like, to me, I would say confused, but I can't even use that word, because it's like he would, even if he pick and choose his battles based on ignorance, even when he knows something is wrong, just because he have a feud with you or whoever, if the person that says something wrong, he would agree with them even if he don't agree with them, because he already said he don't agree. But because he have an agenda of a battle to pick, he would pick the person's side just to, the same thing he do with Captain Tazaryach with the whole Martin Luther King.
Yeah, we've seen that. Actually, hold on. Let me just tell you the beginning of the answer. Hold on. So then Sa asks, what kind of light can you share for the young brothers that may be watching? Baba Heru answers, I will say this to my beloved brother, Captain Tazaryach. Then Saneda says, not only him, just in general, because this is what the Hebrews believe. Not all Hebrews, but a lot of them do. Baba Heru answers, well, Saneda, as you know, we should not expect anything else, because that's what belief does to you. And then there's another, 16 seconds. I don't think it's necessary to go through the rest. But yeah, that's the deal. He had some words for his beloved brother. Yes, indeed, beloved, and love me frozen the place to be as well. Yeah, but it is damaging. It is damaging for Sa to have that audio. It's a video, actually.
And that's what he did the copy claim on.
That's what he did copyright claim, because there's the weighing when I actually ask about that, and everybody can see that. I mean, many people don't know, because many people don't necessarily know that this is a teaching of the ICPK. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But here, when it's Saneda who says it, hey, so if they can come across. If they come across that video, they're gonna realize that, damn, during the weighing, the dude folded, did not even maintain his own teaching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But go ahead, brother.
And it's a lot of videos that he contradicting himself. I guess this one was he take at heart because it's exposing him. Like
it's exposing him. Yeah. He's exposing himself.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, everybody know where Sanetta stand. You know what I mean? Like the guy, he's not. He don't stand on nothing. Why? Because one time he's this, one time he's that, one time he agree with this one, next time he agree with that person. It's all about conflict. And like I said,
But
like
just for the record, sorry, brother Young Heru. That video I uploaded it way before the Wayne, way even before I was a guest on his panel. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I
but
came across it, I was like, dang, that's what they're teaching, But go ahead, brother.
yeah, yeah, and like I said, to each their own. You know what I mean? Like I told you, this guy is their friend. You know what I mean? Because
Well, who knows? He
um,
may be a member. We might as well ask him. Somebody should
yeah.
ask him. Are you
No,
a member?
I'm just saying, like in general, all of them in the circle. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Sanetta do whatever he does to make his money at the
yeah.
end of the day. That's what he do. Like the guy, like I mean, anybody think that the man stand on anything is on them, but he just using the biblical narrative and the information in order to capitalize, you know what I mean? And it's clear. And he said it the other day. The guy say he was attacking these Hebrews and apostle and this one and that one, and telling them he don't believe in none of the stuff. He don't believe in none of these religious beliefs. So he could do anything. He's on demon time. He said it a few times. He's on demon time. I mean, that sounds like a young, ignorant drill rapper. You know what I mean? That don't know no better. So that means he don't have any accountability for anything he do, because like they say, they expect him to act this way. You know what I'm saying? So it just shows you the guys, he's not willing to take responsibility and stand on any morals. You know what I mean? And he does that because these guys benefit him. And he doesn't take none of this serious, because people that believe it, Jabari, none of these guys wouldn't be up there contradicting themselves or intertwining and having debates for people that talk down on what they so-called believe in. You know what I mean? It's bullshit, man. But like I said, I'm not surprised, like that's why I don't even like I said, we wouldn't even been talking about this guy. So for that to be coming up is, yeah, it's troublesome. I thought he wanted us to do what we do.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, keep bringing my name, keep using this stuff, whatever. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
just the other day.
Yeah, I didn't even
Sorry,
put his name on the title. I just put
this one.
celebrating the death of Africans? Question
Yeah,
marks.
this what I'm
Question
saying.
mark.
This
That was
what
just
I'm
the
saying. We
title.
talking about the topics, and
Yeah.
just the other day, I didn't pay no attention. I don't know if I told you, but oh yeah, I told you when the woman was up there. Oh, that E Bizzle guy. He's a character too, man. Like
Mm,
all these guys, they coming up here, but they can't do the same thing towards Sanetta. They
yeah.
can't speak to him or ask them questions towards Sanetta. Like they be coming up here and do. Like, what's the problem? Go ask him.
But
Why you
but
do
but
this? Why
yeah,
you speak that way? Hold on. And the other day when the Indian woman was up there, he came up there like kissing Sanetta ass. Like,
I'm
and
not
then
surprised.
yeah, and then he gonna say, yeah, he didn't want to mention, but Sanetta already know what he talking about. Me too. And
Mm,
Sanetta just blew him off. Like he came in there like, yeah, I've been talking to this guy, the guy out of the country, and
mm.
yeah, I try to tell him like Sanetta, a lot of people can't do what Sanetta do, and Sanetta can be accountable. He can be responsible for what nobody does. And bro, like, yeah, just trying
Oh,
to
he's not
change the
responsible for his
narrative.
channel and who he gets on this channel.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah.
the guy yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday he came on and obviously I put the volume off and I told him, look, my question is the same. The guy, Sanetta, is on record, is on tape defending a committee child molester for 10 minutes. Does he have a good character? Yes or no? And there it is. But
Mm-hmm.
in the first place, I confused him with another brother who lives in Texas and he's married to an African woman. I confused him. So, so I thought, okay, so brother that I knew that I spoke to and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, let's talk. Okay, he disagree. It's fine. We can talk. But otherwise, if it's just the confusion, otherwise I wouldn't have let him go on for that long. Like, the dude, like, oh, you're using clips. So what? If I don't use clips, people are going to say, well, you made that up. Prove it. Show and prove. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody
So
use
yeah,
clips
this
as soon
me.
as
I'm not even tripping on this guy. I'm not even
that's
tripping.
why I be saying they come in here with the stupid topics and point of views when they don't do the same thing on this guy flannel. They go up there kissing butt. That's the funny thing. Like, if you have so much to say, this guy or character already shows for itself. So you don't have no questions for him, though. You don't have no why he do this, why he said that,
He's a
why he
groupie, man.
like.
He's
I know. That's all of them.
Yeah.
All of them, bro.
But check this out, young hero. Check this out. That video that I took the excerpt of, it is there. And don't be surprised, brothers and sisters, if you notice that it is removed. But it doesn't like remove videos that have quite a fair bit of views because here, and let me just show it for the record. And so it is called Baba Heru scholastically breaks down Hebrew and Kemetic culture. You see? So for the record, and that was 2 years ago that this video was uploaded. Now for the record, what is it called? Hold on. Let me just, if I do. Let me just try. Okay. Hold on. So if I go there. All right. For the record, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Fair use is a doctrine in United States copyright law that allows limited use of copyrighted material without requiring permission from the rights holders, such as commentary, criticism, news reporting, research, teaching, or scholarship. It provides for the legal, non-licensed citation or incorporation of copyrighted material in another author's work under a 4-factor balancing test. And I'm going to add this disclaimer in the actual video that is live streaming right now. It's going to be the first thing in the description section. So we'll see if Frankie goes all the way. But I think they will reject it straight away like they did the previous two. This one went through. This third copyright claim, it went through. The video is no longer available. I counted, I did the counters strike stuff. So, I guess how long does it take? Like 10 days. 10 days, you know what I'm saying? It would have to take legal action, which means that he will have to come out of his pocket and get some lawyer or some legal advisor, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he will go there, but if he goes there, hey, more power to him. So, brothers and sisters, you have the link to the video in the chat, and you can see it for yourself. I didn't make that up. It's hosted on the House of Conscious Mess YouTube channel with 190,000 subscribers.
Always follows the cost of giving. All right. Let's never forget that. Let's never find so-called secure to the house.
Some of these guys. What is this foolish? Last question.
To the house of Shem.
Last question.
Away from their father Chem.
Last question. I'm gonna let you go.
Yes, sir.
What is this foolishness when some of these guys practice the Passover? Tazaryach told me that we are celebrating the death of Africans. And I'm like, what is he talking about, man? The death of Africans. So when they have these Passovers, is the misteachings that these brothers be receiving. They say, well, you know, it was the Africans who enslaved us in Kemet, and we had to fight our way up out of Kemet. And so this is why we celebrate the Passover. And I said, brother, are you celebrating the death of men, women, and children, brother? Of African babies? That's when he made the ignorant statement of, yes, I will not feed the African child. What kind of light can you shed on that for our young brothers that's going to be watching this?
I would say this to my beloved brother, Captain Tazaryach. In time,
not only him,
well,
just in general, because this is what Hebrews believe. Not all Hebrews, but a lot of them do.
Well, Sonetta, as you know, we should not expect anything else because that's what belief does to you. Mm-hmm. You see, these brothers are studying deeper nowadays, and many of them in time will come to renounce some of the folklores that they have embraced as unalloyed truth. So I'm looking for those days when that's going to happen, and it's happening right now, and it's being led by this young king, this young Hebrew Israelite king by the name of Zion Lex. And I don't think that Captain Tazaryach would be far behind, because one thing about Captain Tazaryach, and I like Captain Tazaryach, you know, because there's something about him that knows something that he really cannot talk too much about. Because when you start to hang around Kemites, it's going to seep into you whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not. It's going to touch what we already deposited there in your consciousness thousands of years ago. And it's going to grow fruit. It's going to grow fruit of unity. Because don't forget, we were brothers. We are brothers. Even if your book says so, that Shem, Cam, and our distant brother Japheth, and he's made himself distant because he lost the solar robe that he now calls black skin.
Now, when you say distant, why you say distant?
Well, because he has made himself distant because of the fact that he is jealous of having lost the robe of the sun. And that's the reason why he would risk skin cancer to get it back. And I have a lot of compassion for his loss because
you get the picture, you know what I'm saying? So for the record,
Japheth is the Arab you talking about?
I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. What's important to me is, you know, what those guys be teaching. But for the record, once again,
elaborate. I mean, he didn't elaborate on the question.
Man, I mean, hey,
how can a teacher, a master teacher, answer serious questions so lightly?
Well, they're all cool with each other, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's pathetic, bro.
But it's worse.
A question in general about a serious situation of ignorance, and you telling him that's all you have to say because of belief, and hopefully they come out of that because one man named Zion Lex have common sense to know that no better. Like, bro, okay, go ahead.
Well, we could ask Zion Lex if he celebrates the death of Africans as well.
No, I don't think he do.
Differently. Well, you know, at this point, we should not assume anything with those people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
True that.
Because, you know, if we ask Zion Lex, how do you feel about ISUPK supporting their member who's been in prison for years because he molested a young child? You know, I don't think Zion Lex is going to have a lot to say. Besides, Zion Lex had the Mighty Hebrew on his channel after he went at Polite, and Polite didn't have his day in court. You know, so we should not presume anything with those people, man. You know.
Yeah. He went at Saneda already, and all of them.
Yeah, he said that he had recorded the argument between Saneda and Wolf. You know, but here we do have, you know, the copyright disclaimer once again for YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Because Frankie is trying to censor not only this, but the fact that those guys, you know, according to Konat, they teach that it's okay to have sex with a girl as young as 9 years old. That's Konat who said. I didn't say it. Konat said. But this video here That's how I knew that they teach, that they celebrate the death of Africans. And I'm talking about ISUPK and Tazaryach. I knew it thanks to Frankie. And I brought that up during the weigh-in. And during the weigh-in, Tazaryach was bug dancing, was doing the Macarena, was dodging his own doctrine. Hey man, those guys are weak, man.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
They have
did you
to
see?
keep.
Did you see what's up with the archer?
What's that? What's wrong with
The Magi, Smash Rockwell.
them?
Oh, you missed the episode.
Oh yeah, I didn't look at the full thing. I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
The
I
one early,
basically.
yeah, like when it was like yesterday or early this morning.
Well, the last video was just a recap. But what happened is that we spoke about the Hyksos months ago, and I guess he was salty, so he made a video entitled "Hyksos are fake. They made that up." So
Yeah,
recently, I made a video entitled "Gift to Smash Rockwell."
yeah, I was
Hyksos
there
are
for
not
all of
fake.
that.
They didn't
Yeah.
make that up. And then he was salty, and he played the video of the weighing. I didn't watch the full thing. I just showed that the dude
Oh,
was
he
pseudo.
did?
Yeah, he started off with saying, that reminded me when Tazaryach made him look silly or made him look crazy. And so now Smash Walker is capping, what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
put
That's
kissing
why.
the Hebrews right.
Yeah, that's the same thing I told you. They would, when they have a feud with somebody, even if they don't like the other person, they would do all kind of thing to try, pick their battle with you and come up with stupid narratives. Yeah.
And I think I was saying, young hero, like for example, God forbid we have a disagreement. We're not cool anymore. And I go to Sa and say, yeah, that young hero, how would I look like? I would look like a sucker.
Yeah. That's what they do. That's what they do, though. Silly, man.
Smash Rockwell with Polite and others, Shaka Amos, Asahimofek was there also. They went against the Hebrew Israelite in that Kemet on trial. That same Kemet on trial that Butler Reggie claimed before Kemet on trial, people were not talking about Kemet. I played it in one of my live streams. The dude had enough to say that.
Yeah.
As if South Sudan said he wasn't talking about Kemet way back in 2008. What I'm saying, representing. He was the main guy that was known online in the conscious community talking about Kemet. What I'm saying?
So about the scholars, all the scholars you was talking about Kemet.
Yeah, of course. No, we had of course, Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark touched on it a little bit, John Henry Clark, Asad Heliot. I mean, many, but I mean, somebody that's alive, that's reaching the youth, and some people miss that era, but Sarah to Sutan said he was the man. That was the main person that everybody was talking about. Everybody wanted this spot. Everybody's throwing shots. What I'm saying. I've witnessed that era. What I'm saying. I know how real it was. What I'm saying. So ultimately, those guys, the HOK guys, what I'm saying, they were hating on the brother. They kind of isolated him, and then next thing you know, we have Polite, and Polite did his thing, decided to go Hollywood, Beverly Hills, and all that, and then we have Jabari. Now Jabari, I don't know, he's tripping. He doesn't see the elephant in the room. He doesn't see the anti-African teachings. He doesn't see convicted child molesters.
He's just a sucker. That's all.
Well, it is what it is, man. He's not on man time, but he's not the only one. As we can see, his teacher is quite is quite sweet towards those anti-African people. But hey, it is what it is, man. And then we have Smash, who's like I have that character.
Yeah, like Ching Ching say, they're all a bunch of fruit tarts, a bunch of fruit loops. No backbone.
No backbone, indeed. Some people are just into cults. It's a group activity where you need a figurehead to worship like a god, But oh man, that's what it is, man. It is what it is. But we'll see what's gonna happen in July. There will most likely be a big shift. But those guys are amazing. That Ibizo dude has no criticism for child molesters.
And you know what's so funny, right, Shaka?
Yeah.
Everybody out there with some kind of narrative, like which one you gonna pick. And it's different categories too, because you got Hebrew, right? But you got this Hebrew, you got that Hebrew, You got this Hebrew, Israelite Hebrew, and all kind of Nazarene, and you know what I mean. Then you got the Muslims, you know what I'm saying. You got Islam.
Brother
You
Young
got,
Hero, you seen Sabir Bay over there, right?
but you ain't let me get to it yet. You see what I'm saying? Everywhere you turn, you got, you know what I'm saying, all kind of malls, all kind of Hebrew, all kind of Muslim, you know what I'm saying? And you even got niggas like Severe B always bringing up some papers that he write on talking about American Mall. I'm like, nigga, show your passport. What? You didn't show that up to now, you know? So it just have so many, you have aboriginals, just like the sister yesterday, like Reggie, and a few people that call in, and she couldn't answer no questions. She started getting ignorant and trying to run them because you know they can't really answer no questions. So it's the same thing, bro. Like, why are everybody? I understand y'all talking about. I gotta look in more into this more thing too, but I understand y'all talking about nationality and creed and all of this, right? But why y'all have to attack the other groups? If y'all want to away from, you know, move away from the so-called American Africans or whoever that looking to get their reparations or whatever history of slavery, why do you have to try to say that oh, some would say it never happened, then some would say, oh, it happened, but them people is not us, they are different kind of black people. And you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, you claiming what you claiming. I don't care if it's the more, the Abo, the Hebrew, the this one. You don't have no substance. There's no historical reality to ever produce itself with what you speaking on, bro. You could cry out till your lungs burst. Everything that man have conquered in this earth, they died and bled for it. You see what I'm saying? So you don't have no land, no cultivation, no army, like no defense. What is you talking about? All this rhetoric you trying to spill to your people. What is it going? What's the end reward? What's the goal? And that's the thing I realize. He even ignoring me in the chats now because when I ask questions, it's basic logic, you know what I mean? Common sense. So he don't answer the question because he know he can't answer the questions. So I'm just saying, you know, do what you want, but I feel like you that's what you call leading your people into a burning building because there is no reward, there is no justification for why you doing what you're doing. You know, there's no litigation. I hear what his name is Egyptian
Who's that?
Adept. Yeah, I heard him talking about some law, some this that they trying to do. I'm just listening like, okay, buddy, I want to see this. You know, I want to see this.
Who was talking about this? Who was talking about this?
Kemit Dipson,
Oh, Commissioner Depp.
yeah,
Oh,
Commissioner
he's
Depp.
pseudo.
Yeah.
He's pseudo. He
I
talk
already
about
know
this.
you say that,
Yeah.
Shaka, but I'd still give everybody with a good heart a chance. You know what I'm saying? But certain things because he be connecting a lot of the dots. And he was talking about the Arab leader that was in rule in Egypt, I think, or Ethiopia, like invaded Ethiopia, and Reggie was telling him about him, you know, and he was a Moor. Adep was trying to tell him there, but he was an Arab Moor. He wasn't a black Moor, and this and that, this and that. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Say, like to me, I'm just saying, like, what's the point, Shaka? Like, what is it gonna do for people? People still out here getting locked up, dying, starving, using drugs, following the negativity, what they call culture. You know, when rapper die after rapper die. Everybody, oh, it's sad. Oh, rappers are. Then 2 months later, everybody back on it. They got a new rapper talking about kill, shoot, bitch, fuck, this, that, everything in the third, like said he does see. And you know what I'm saying? So I just don't get it. Like people they don't know what they want. Just like, you know, anywhere else. You know what I mean? They don't know what they want because 1 minute they trying to act like they sorry and we need to stop, we need to be this, but next thing you know, they doing all kind of devilish images and doing all kind of twerks on internet and following the worst rapper. They making rappers that sing the worst lyrics still be the star when they know what the culture do. All the elders know what happened and this and that, and they change their life, but they ain't coming and tell the new rappers they need to stop acting this way and singing about that kind of music. And that's what the rich boys pushing. They pushing the negativity. They don't care what it do to children because it's not their children. So I just don't get humanity, man, as a whole. It's ignorant. The ignorance is bliss. So, but yeah, bro. It's like why are they calling themselves Moors and Abos and nobody don't recognize y'all. Nobody in United States or internationally don't recognize y'all as no such thing. And y'all could read 1,000 books and say it 1,000,000 times. Nobody's not gonna recognize you as nothing. You don't have no manpower. You don't have no will to taking anything back. And ain't nobody going to give you anything back. Like overstand yourself. It's 2023. You know what I mean? All that biblical narrative and that old school who was this and who was that. I'm still trying to figure out the whole purpose of it. Like, you know, and the sad thing about it is they acting like everything is all good and everything is all this. But as soon as somebody that have something to say that don't agree with everything they say, it's an issue. You will see 4 or 5 of them, you know, chilling, smiling, and you know, but I'll be like, if somebody that came there that's not a Moor, would everything be okay? If somebody that's a Muslim or a Christian, would they be, everybody would just be okay? That's what's going on. Everybody is not okay. Because once you believe in something else, it's an issue. And your beliefs don't have nothing to do with reality or economics or, you know, security or anything. But hey, to each their own, bro. But I'm just saying. And that's the question that I'm kind of asking in the chats, but he don't have none to say because he can't answer the questions. Anyway,
it's a hustle. It's a hustle. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hustle, and that's why they're pushing it. You know, because you know for some of them it works well. Others are just groupies. You know, they like to be part of something.
Yeah.
And they're yeah. Go ahead.
I call them attention whores.
But yeah, that's what it is. You know, most of the time, like you alluded to, they're gonna back up what they're saying. You know, but they've been eating off these false teachings, and you listen to some Moors or some Israelites or some you know different people from different groups, particularly Moors. It's like if you listen to them, if you don't follow what they're saying, we'll be doomed. But there's no results, man. That nationality that they are claiming is not even recognized. Calme-toi là, ça suffit là. It's not even recognized. And their scholarship is off, man. You know, that commissioner Depp, maybe he's trying to connect the dots, but falsehood is falsehood, man. You can multiply falsehood, you know, by 10.
Don't say that before you give him a chance, though. What you specifically say?
I gave him a chance. I told JJ 7000, you know what I'm saying? Tell him for me that he's pseudo. We can talk anytime. The things that, you know, maybe you didn't see it, but there's that hieroglyphic symbol. And the dude claimed, let me just show it to the people.
Oh, shucks, the Allah thing.
Yeah.
That's just one topic, Chaka.
That's extremely pseudo, man. You know what I'm saying? It's almost as pseudo as Smash Rockwell when he says that the Hyksos are made up, or when Reggie says that Heru is Greek. or that Ma'at is a bird, you know. But here, that's a hieroglyphic sign list. Here, D, and then D37. That glyph here, D37, the hieroglyph of the arm or forearm,
Yeah.
with the hand holding a conical loaf. That is a
What's
loaf
that?
of bread. He said it means Allah.
And what does it mean?
To give, ready. Some people will say D, some people say ready. It means to give. And all the derivative of give. And the funny thing is that, yeah, go ahead.
Do you know the meaning of Allah?
It means the God. Al means the, and Allah is a contraction of Al plus Ilah. So Allah means the God, literally. It means the God.
Right. So it don't have nothing to do but with this symbol, which means to give.
Nothing at all. And the funny thing, that symbol, it appears so often.
Right.
It appears so often on the hieroglyphics. And if it meant Allah, people would have brought that up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I showed in the British Museum where you have it twice. So what does it mean? Allah, Allah. I even show when you have it, and then you have the loaf of bread at the bottom, which is the third sound, which usually is the mark of the feminine. So does it mean a lot? I mean, it's just so ridiculous, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you cannot come out to the public and make such wrong statements like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe you never heard that. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was saying that their agenda to make them biased, you know. They just say things and their logic doesn't be clear when, you know what I'm saying, because of their belief.
Man,
they could call Moors what they want, but at the end of the day, it's still a belief because you trying to clarify something that's not reality. You understand me? In saying that, regardless if they existed or not, they don't, as a people, in any kind of reality today, or as far as we remember, because as far as I observe, everybody is scratching to find out, to find this, to find that, in order to prove something, which means it's a belief as well. Oh, what is I'm saying today it's a belief, you know what I'm saying? Because as far as I concerned, the Moors did exist, right? So
well, okay, they existed, but who were they? The Moors were a bunch of, you know, basically
Muslims,
they were Muslims, some white, some black, but there's no black Moorish rulers in control of territories in Europe. That's a hoax.
Oh, so the Muslims never ruled in Europe?
Muslims ruled some parts of Europe,
well,
mainly
isn't
the
that
Iberian
saying like
Peninsula.
some of the Moors ruled in Europe because some of these Muslims were Moors, right? Which were Arabs, weren't they?
Moors meant different things at different time, but during this,
but you know, yeah, he was looking at something. Maury, from Morocco and
not Morocco. Now, Mori, yes, Latin Mori, Greek Moros. That's when we deal with the etymology. So this is like Moros,
more, right?
Moros, yeah. That's the possible or most likely etymology.
Didn't that come from Egypt? That word
of the word Moor.
Mori, yeah.
But hold on, I'll be back.
Yeah, I was just saying, you know what I'm saying? It looked like the original Moors was black, you know what I'm saying? And certain teachings, even the Arabs, some of their teachings came from Egypt as well. So I'm just saying, it looked like it's stolen culture, just like anything else. Just like how they say Christian are stole from this and that. It's the same thing with these Arab Moors or whatever you want to call them.
Now check this out. Morals goes back to BC time. Islam did not exist.
Right.
We have the Latin mori. Those are terms that Europeans use to describe a group of people. Fast forward, Islam, 7th century, the expansion, the invasion or the conquest, the Muslim conquest. So at that time, from the 7th century to like the 14th century or so, for about 700 years, some some parts of Europe, mainly the Iberian Peninsula, basically, the area of Spain / Portugal, some territories like that, were conquered, and then some parts of North Africa. Bruno Kurashi talks about that when he says that the Africans were treated as second-class citizen or in a second-class manner, So when you say more during that period, it's mainly Muslim people. So you will have Berbers, you have some Arabs, and you will have, some black people who are not rulers. They were not Moorish rulers. But here, just for the record, this is the video where I refute. And it's good because some people may not know. But that claim, he's not the first one who came up with it. First guy who came up with it is a dude in the video. And he's unknown. He was unknown, but he used Runo Korashi's name. Because that person who uploaded the original video, he went on all these message boards and said, yeah, Runo Korashi did too, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, people can look at the video. I'll just share the link in the chat. But here, it's read from right to left. And the previous one, I'm going to double check, but the one that I've shown is read from left to right because in Medinature you can read in both directions. Yes, indeed, I double check. So here it is read from right to left, but here it basically says D-N-E-N-Ek, which translates as I gave you, to make the long story short. And at the bottom, we can see, and it's very common, this is the top of the Ankh symbol, this is the top of the Jed symbol, and this is the top of the Was symbol. So it says, I gave you, and then we have Ankh, so life, Jed, stability, and Was, power or authority. That's all it says. And this is a very common thing that we found in many different artifacts, So for anybody to claim that this particular glyph means Allah, that's just so ridiculous, man. But hey, feel free, brother.
No, I'm hearing you. You know what I mean? I didn't know what particular glyph he was talking about or why he said that. What I never.
That's the one that I've shown. The one with the hand and the cone.
Oh yeah.
That's that one.
Yeah. Like I said, everybody, that's the that's what platforms do, when you give people.
Well, that's what the House of Consciousness do. You won't find no other. You won't find no other channel, regardless of who's running it, that's gonna get some pseudos and come and bring so much falsehood. You know what I'm saying? Like basically, I mean,
as far as you could say that, far as he was supposed to be representing Kemet, but that's the majority.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Listen what I'm saying though. The majority of these platforms, they all of these characters, they all go on all each other's panels, Shaka.
No, I don't mind that.
It's not just Sanetta platform.
I don't mind that. What I'm worried about is accuracy. What I'm worried about is truth, basically, and falsehood. That will never help us. You know what I'm saying? Now, Donnie Williams wrote "Words Spoken By." That would be the Jed Medu-In, but it did not appear on that artifact. But indeed, Jed Medu-In is also common in the formulas.
It's the same thing like I heard y'all was talking about.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. We don't have Jed Medu-In here, brother Donnie Williams. We don't have Jed Medu-In here. We don't have it. But feel free to call in, Donnie. But then again, yes, regardless of the people's religious affiliation, or which panel they go to, you usually don't have a single panel that's going to accept falsehood,
But that's
accept
what I'm saying.
scammers, accept child
Yeah.
molesters. You
But
know,
that's what I'm
it's
saying. That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. They on everybody plan on unless they have some beef with them, and everybody they'll be on each other panel. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not like it's not like I told you, it's not Sanada alone. All of these people, I don't know. Some of them you don't even know their records, but like some of them be on each other panel. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, man, like like I said, everybody could do what they want because they choose to. But like I said, everybody doing the same thing, and that's all that's gonna come out of it. Like, what's the solution at the next debate or next conversation? And it's nothing to do with reality or personal everyday life that you could relate to. You can only relate if you're stuck in a belief. And then the more everybody, all these people you see on YouTube, they stuck in some kind of belief. That's why they picking arguments with each other or
But
to make money.
one can have beliefs and still be accurate, and one can have belief and not share falsehood. You know what I'm saying? One can have belief and not
Yeah.
defend
I'm not
child
saying that.
molesters. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the whole purpose of it. There's none. There's no real purpose of these discussions. I'm just being honest. Like, okay, we learn like when you do the debates 10, 20 times, 50 times, everybody having these debates on each other channel and discussions is nothing new. It's the same information. Like, nobody don't write a biblical narrative every 2 days, every 2 years. So
Hold on. I'm sorry, young Heru. We have this person. I'm gonna put on holiday straight away, but you're gonna get you a few seconds of fame.
Vacation.
Gonna get you a few seconds of fame.
Well,
So
you
let
don't
me
always
just make sure
spend
that the dude
time tagging
is
people
on
names.
holiday. So here.
Who name you tag?
No, but hold on. Now he wrote, bro, why do you always spend time tagging people's names? Come on, bro, get some topics. Leave the name tags. Well, for your information, Ramtrex, Sanetta made his third copyright claim against me. So I'm addressing that, and I've been against child molestation. If you are against child molestation, then let it be known, Now, I'm against the scamming as well that Garfield Reed has done, and that's being promoted over there. And against the falsehood as well. Now, he said that he don't see scam cheddar 2,000 times. Well, 200 times. We have 200 videos of Polite on Senator's panel, and I'm sure you're aware that Polite is going to go to trial for child molestation. You see,
And we
so
are
if you
having
want
a topic.
topics, you go on my channel, you go on videos or live, and you have plenty of different topics. But when we talk about these other topics, you don't care. You're not there. When we talk about child molesters, you don't come. So you can go and kiss the boots of Sanetta if you want. It don't make me no difference. More power to you. Sorry about this interruption, brother Young Hero. Feel free.
Nah, you're good, man. Like, I ain't lost my thought. I was just saying, like, yeah.
He dug hollers, man. Lately, I've been talking about child molesters, and mainly conscious community people. They were not happy because that's how they get down. If they don't do it themselves, they have friends or family members or comrades, who are into that. You know what I'm saying? I've never in my life seen so many people defending rapists and child molesters. And I've said for years, Pan-Africans defend rapists and child molesters. And here we have the proof.
Well,
We've been having the proof for months, man. Stop talking about this. Why do you talk about this? Until it's one of their family members that's molested, then they don't care. But some from the conscious community, some of them, they're molesting their own family members. But anyway.
Yeah, like I said, like, it's all about their money, bro. It's all about, like you said, it's a business, you know what I'm saying? So if that's going to cloud everything, that's going to open too many eyes, that's going to want too many answers and closure on things, so you can't talk about these things because like I tell you, Captain Tazaryach is his friend, you know what I'm saying? So Don't mind, like, you know
Captain
what I mean?
Tazaryach is his boss, not just his friend. He's his boss.
Whichever one that make the money that he need them more than they needing him, he's gonna kiss their butt, you know. But if he know the playing field is mutual, or the person need him more than he need them, he's gonna show his power. You see. So that's all it come down to, man. Like, because like like he said, he on demon time. The guy, he say, you know, he don't stand for nothing, so don't expect him to stand up for nothing. You know, like, it is what it is. Or people that speak against people, and you know it's not right. Don't expect him to stand up for somebody that he's gonna agree with just to be friends with in order to keep his cash cow going. You know, and like I said, it's ridiculous because we ain't even been talking about this guy. We've been talking about the Moors, Muslims,
Yeah, I know
Canaanites,
that. It's just some
yeah,
weird talking points.
everything.
He's a
So
groupie,
for
man.
him to do that is just pathetic for him to go.
Yeah, some groupies, man. And back in the days, teenagers, people in their 20s, you know what I'm saying, early 20s being groupies, like okay. But as you grow older, you're just surprised to see, people in their 40s and 50s and up being groupies, you know what I'm saying? But that's
Yeah.
life, man. That's life. Inspire One, damn, it's been so long, bro. Damn. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Inspire One, it's been a minute. If you can't come through, say what's up, feel free, But for those who don't know, the chat is open to everybody right now. And besides the title, as usual, we can talk about anything. You can ask me questions. You can tell me whether you agree or disagree. You can bring up any topic. It's fine. Feel free, brothers and sisters. You can even take it as a Q&A. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the title that you see, I don't mind. Yeah, good to see you, Inspire One. Hope you're doing well, brother. That's an elder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, man. Third copyright claim, but it's okay. It comes with the territory, man. But the funny thing, though, he doesn't tell his audience.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. His daughter is graduating from college today. All right. That's what's up. That's what's up. Congratulations. You must be very proud. Oh, my goodness. Today, but today. It's late now. Said today. Graduating.
It's after 6 now, so
okay.
Finishing by now.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know this is late on my end, but yeah. Okay. Hey, that's what's up. Yeah, I don't even know in which state she is anyway. I was thinking New York time, but yeah. Okay, hey, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, I forgot. I forgot. I think I was about to say something, but yeah, California. Okay.
And
Okay, that's
the
what's
thing,
up.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
feel free,
thing that's
brother.
so funny, these, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder if he said something because this guy came running over here to stand up for another man, which, I don't get it. Like nothing they talk about, we don't talk about. You see what I'm saying? Matter of fact, some of their topics only because we've been talking about it. You know what I mean? They try to act like they don't know what's going on, or they trying to say it's gossip, but then you turn around and you see they have some thing talking about child molesters or whatever the case may be on different channels. So I'm like, it don't make no sense, bro. Like, y'all talking about it, and y'all was coming at Shaka for talking about against it. Like, so like
Yeah,
I said,
we've seen those grown men not being happy about me talking about child molestation. Somebody was like, "Yeah, you act like you're the vanguard against child molestation,"
yeah,
and the funny thing is that they have tried to ridicule people who stand against child molestation, which is so horrible to do. But they will reap what they sow. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what I was about to say, I remember now. Scam Cheddar doesn't tell his audience, "Oh, I'm flagging Frenchie. I'm making a copyright claim against him." He's not telling that. He didn't say it the first time. He didn't say the second time, and I'm pretty sure he didn't say it for the third time. You know what I'm saying? Which is so funny. Dude is acting like he's chilling. He doesn't care, doesn't mind, but he's butthurt.
yeah.
He's butthurt.
Just like
You
the
know.
other day, yeah, like you see me, I don't have nothing to say about the guy, but if he going to mention me or mention just the other day, like I told you, that's the only reason he went and get severe, because he seen you talking to him.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So
see, so it's like, yeah, that's the game he played. Like I told you, even if he know like the person or whatever, if you in something with them or discussion, he's gonna go over there and talk to them just because. Like it's like, a childish mindset. But yeah, I'm like, for weeks, months now, we haven't been talking about this guy like that. So when so Bear was on the channel, all of a sudden he's like, yeah, they don't hate me, brother. They love me. Big up to Chingy and V Bennett, young Heru. I see you. And yeah, and Subir looking like, who the hell is he talking about? Because he's confused. I was like, what is wrong with this guy? Like, why my name on his mind? Like, I haven't been talking about you, bro.
mm,
So yeah, it's funny, you know what I mean? Like they're making it seem like it's not affecting, but it is, And it's other
yeah,
people asking them questions. So
yeah, man. It's all good. I ain't tripping, man.
yeah,
Okay.
like I told you, I ain't even got time for this clown. Everything is already exposed.
Everything's laid
Everybody
out.
could see it for what it is.
Yeah.
Whoever have a heart, whoever stand for anything, going to speak up or going to stay away from that, or going to approach him like a man and let him know these things he doing ain't right, even if he don't have to come and apologize to you or whatever. But like I said, none of them can't sell him nothing because he has the platform, he's making the money, and they want to be heard, they want to be seen, they want to expose whatever they're teaching, so they're just gonna go along with it. You see, that's what it call. A lot of people put their pride away for money, you know what I mean? And it's funny because speaking of topics, you know what I mean, I like to conversate about everything, especially reality. And
Hmm.
when I told you these people don't learn nothing as humans, no matter how much people get killed, how much we see the destruction because of the behavior, mentality of gang and this music, and just everything that a lot of black people do to represent who we supposed to be, and it's not us, because that part of us is only destruction come with it, and those that away from it is who that live to actually speak about it, you know what I mean? So yeah, I just saying, like, yeah, man, like people like a girl, whatever she been through in her past, she was molested by raped by her uncle, and I think she say her aunt used to drug her while he take advantage of her and all kind of thing from time she was young because she had no mother and this and that. But I don't know where the scar on her lip come from, but they call her scar lip. And I heard her months before, and when I saw it, like I'm like, bro, when I told you, like, she looked more than a gangbanger than a gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will even think that's a woman with gun in her pocket, and if you heard the song, it's back the F up and it the F up, and you know what I'm saying? I'm like, way before people really got onto it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, damn, you see, like, look at the kind of people. That's who they put in the spotlight. You see what I mean? That's the kind of music, cursing and disrespect and killing, and you know what I'm saying? So, and that's supposed to be a woman, So it's sad, like, even if she went through a lot of trauma, what they pushing now is even worse. It's like they ain't pushing somebody that's sentimental or teaching about her past and trying to explain why things shouldn't be that way. Or I ain't gonna say she ain't gonna have good music, but I'm saying what they just try to expose these musicians as is negativity. You see, so all kind of people, French Montana, this one, that one, everybody now making want to be around her because the music gone viral. But before that, nobody didn't care about her. It's only after she went viral now everybody want to be seen with her. You know what I mean? And they just bandwagoning. You know what I mean? And it's just sad because I'm like, look at the kind of music though. Look at what she's saying. Like all this going to cause is more ignorant people, more drunken parties, more violence, more beefs. You know, and that's what they don't understand. That's what the music push. So anyway, yeah, man. Go ahead, Chaplain.
Yeah, man. You know, I was wondering. I was about to put to go live and put Q&A, and I was about to speak with a French accent just for the fun of it. Like I was about to speak like this with a French accent. Just to have fun. Now, now, well, another scam cheddar. Okay,
Yeah.
another scam cheddar groupie.
Yeah.
He wrote, "You still mad because Sanitaire booted you out from Sanitaire Studios? I never knew that I got booted, but he invited me and I went there. I accepted his invitation twice and I destroyed the HOK and they got salty because they know I'm against child molesters and I'm against scammers. It is what it is, man. If you love that channel, go over there in that channel and more power to you. You understand? What else do you want me to say, Ramesu? Feel free, Ramesu."
I could tell him something quick. Lang chuchu. Lang
Well,
chuchu mama.
oh, it doesn't sound like something nice to say, but I'm not going to translate that.
If you look at, yeah, you know what, translate that one. If he wants something to do, that's something he can go do.
But yes, the Creole spoken in Guadeloupe, Martinique, and other places, it basically is kind of some broken French,
Dominica.
I think I keep the French accent for those people. He wrote just a question. Yeah, just a question. Fine. You didn't get out of line, didn't get disrespectful. So, I answered your question. You know what I'm saying? So, do you think? Oh, Ramesu, by the way, Ramesu, you know that Saneter was defending the convicted child molester Malachi York. Now, how do you feel about that? Do you also defend the convicted child molester Malachi York as well? Do you mind answering? Donnie Williams wrote, Ramesh Yegon wants to be famous. So, Ramesu Yegon, that's my Q&A to you.
What kind of name is that? Where are you from?
Oh, Ramesu is Ramses. That's the Medunecher way. The other one, Yegon, I don't know what it is, But yeah. Sometimes he may be Scam Cheddar himself, maybe Butler Reggie, maybe, Trockfield, who knows. But hey. Oh man.
So it could be one of his attention halls.
Now look, he wrote, "No, I don't defend Charles Mole." Well, Sanetta does. Sanetta does. I guess he didn't know. So
I guess it's Sanetta who's still mad.
Just because I like you, Ramesu, I'm going to let you know. Now I know some of my supporters, followers, and audience have seen it before, so they can use this opportunity to, use the bathroom, get some drink, get something to eat. It's gonna take 9 minutes and how many seconds? 48 seconds. So in a nutshell, 10 minutes. Ramesu, this one is for you. You in here capping for Sanitaire, and you don't defend child molester, but Sanitaire, he defends child molester. Check this out. I'm showing you right now.
That's how English friends does song.
That's the English with the French accent. Some people they really struggle to pronounce. So here it is.
Can I have a cup of tea? That's how they say.
Can I have a cup of tea? So there it is for you, Ramesu. Listen to your homie Sanitaire.
Let me ask you a question. You keep saying that Dr. York went up in court and admitted that he was guilty. Am I correct?
He copped out. He didn't go to trial. He copped out.
Did you see the video?
Did I see the video of it? I seen a few videos with him in court. What that mean? He got drugged.
What did he cop out to, Poppy?
He copped out to all of those charges. The charges, not tax evasion, not that. Like Prince York tried to say, he copped out to all of those charges of molestation, and the reason why he copped out was because he gave those children herpes.
Now, hold on. Now, what did he cop out to, though? What was the charges for him copping out?
Child molestation.
No. What was the time? What was the time that he will get if he cop out?
The time that they gave him over 100 years.
Now, Poppy, reason with me. Let's deal with some real truth for a minute. If a man would cop out to 200 years or to 100 years, come on, Poppy, it don't make sense. He have nothing to lose. Why would he cop out to 100 years, Poppy? He would automatically, hold on, Poppy. He would go to trial. When you look at the case, you will see that Dr. York is definitely not in his right state of mind, brother. Come on, man. When you look at the case, you will see that Dr. York is definitely not in his right state of mind, brother. Come on, man. See, but y'all hate so damn much. Hold on, Poppy. Hold on. Y'all hate so much, and you want to prove that he's that y'all going along everything what the damn white man told you. If the white man is the fucking devil, how come everybody all of a sudden now believes what the fucking white man is telling them? Come on, bro.
So, let me ask you a question. You gonna tell me, just like Ben Fodder, that there was rumors in New York?
Brother, we're talking about Dr. York right now. Let's get back to Dr. York.
So now, hold up. Yes. So now you gonna tell me that the Brooklyn Knights didn't run Dr. York ass out of Brooklyn because the rumors of him being a child molester been going on for over 40 years? This shit didn't just start with Dr. York. Dr. York was being accused of being a child molester since the early 70s, 60s and 70s. That man had been being a child molester, number one. Number two, not only is he a child molester, but he taught Africa Bambaataa. He is Africa Bambaataa's teacher, and he taught them about the occult. He is his teacher. He is Bambaataa's master teacher, and that's another place where Bambaataa started that practice from. He recorded his first record inside Dr. York's studio. Dr. York turned Africa Bambaataa out. He's a pedophile.
All right, I hear what you're saying, brother, but guess what? You still have not proven anything. Give me some proof. Show me something. Ain't no man. For example, I'm going to court. I'm not going to cop out to 100 damn years, Poppy. What do I got to lose in going to trial? I'm already in court. I'm 50-something years old already. I'm 40-something years old already. And I'm going to court for 100 years. Why would that man cop out? You know why he copped out, Poppy?
I know why he copped out.
Why he copped out?
He copped out because he didn't want his medical records to be released and lose all his followers because his medical records told the story of him giving them children. He gave all of those children herpes.
All right, Poppy. He copped out, my brother, because he wanted to release his wives. The fucking white man had all of his wives and everybody locked down in the dungeons. So he said, I'm going to take the fall. And you can see he was already drugged up, Poppy. He was drugged up. And you can see he was already drugged up, Poppy. He was drugged up. No man is going to go inside the shit and go and say, I'm going to cop out to 100 years. Who does that? You might as well go to trial. You think Dr. York was that stupid, Poppy? Something else was bigger than that. Come on, man. I don't believe, and hold on, I don't believe that Dr. York was molesting little boys. How old was Tyreek? Tyreek was what? He said he was what? 7 years old? I don't believe that. Yep. Now, I have a right to my own opinion. I don't believe that. I don't believe he was having sex with little boys. Dr. York had 50 beautiful fucking wives, women. I don't believe that. He did not go to jail for molesting. He did not get sentenced for molesting and child abuse. He did not go to jail for molesting. He did not get sentenced for molesting and child abuse.
You understand you're charged with 40 counts of aggravated child molestation, that you could receive a maximum sentence of 30 years in confinement for each count, that you're charged with 34 counts of child molestation, that you could receive a maximum sentence of 20 years in confinement for each count, that you're charged with 1 count of sexual exploitation of children, and you could receive a maximum sentence of 20 years in confinement, and you're charged with 2 counts of influencing witnesses, and you could receive a maximum sentence of 10 years in confinement for each count, and that you could receive a minimum sentence overall of 10 years on probation. I'm telling you the most, the least. You understand that? Actually, Your Honor, people say this.
That's where y'all all got it wrong. He didn't go to jail for that. He didn't go to jail for molesting, brother. He didn't go to jail for molesting, brother. He went to jail for a whole different other shit. He went to jail for a whole different other shit.
So if he didn't go to jail for molesting, then why was those children on the stand testifying on the stand and got their testimony? If anybody, all you got to do is pay the court for the records. They testified and said everything he did to them in the bedroom. So if they wasn't in court for justice for what he did to them, then why would the district attorney even have them on the stand? That doesn't make any sense.
Poppy, do you believe in the white man now? All of a sudden, you believe in the white man?
Do I believe in the white man?
Yeah.
Did dogs fly?
All right, so you don't believe in the white man. So why do you believe the white man now, brother? Why you believe in him now?
Here's the thing, Si. I'm not one of those Negroes that's going to sit up there and act like 1 out of 3 females is not being molested. 1 out of 6 young men is not being molested. We know we got rapists in our community. We know that. We know the black man, when we walk the street, we hate each other. We know people go to jail for rape. Let's stop acting like black people don't commit black on black crimes. Let's not act like we all don't have an uncle or a grandfather that done molested all of the children in the family. Like, let's stop pretending that the white man is making up the stats and that black man don't do no wrong.
All right, my brother. See, now, let me talk to my people. Y'all keep saying, "Saw you wrong. Saw you fucked up on this one." Y'all don't understand. Saw you wrong. Y'all think Saw never don't know these things. Y'all are dealing with slow gases. Y'all niggas are really dumb. Some of you are stupid. And the reason I gotta come out like that is because y'all all in here, Saw you wrong. Saw, oh, how can you do that? So the really stupid motherfuckers is you. And y'all niggas are stupid in the chat room. God damn, I've been here for 20 damn years, man. You think I don't know what's going on? Come on, man, sit your ass down. Let me and Poppy deal with this shit. Sit your ass down and enjoy this damn conversation. Damn, y'all niggas is weak. Damn, y'all niggas is slow. Y'all niggas are slow, man. God damn. So go ahead, Poppy. If I was to have sex with a 9-year-old, would you say that I am a molester?
Take your time, boy. Uh-huh. They always coming with these weak talking points, bro. Like it really matter. He just found out a few days ago, a week ago, man.
I concur with the young hero. Now let me do my Frenchy voice for Ramesu. Now Ramesu first is starting to make excuses from the get-go. He wrote, I need to watch the whole thing to get context. We have Saneter for 10 minutes straight, 9 minutes, and 48 or something like that, defending the convicted child molester. And Ramesu don't have anything better to say that I need to watch the whole thing to get context. Fine. Then he said, can I ask a question, bro? When did you realize Saneter was defending York? Was after you fell out or when you were still friends? Friends is when you know the people personally. I found out about this video after Saneter made it clear that he is a defender of child molester. Before I used to talk with Saneter, he made me believe that he was against the child molester. For example, after I first heard Garfield read the scammer saying to the community that two people who are more or less known have been found to be molester, I asked Saneter, but first, let's listen from the scammer Garfield Reed with his fake bachelor's degree in history.
Since I've been a part of this conscious community, sexual misconduct has been condemned and vilified almost unanimously. We saw the rise and fall of Dr. York. We had Hebrew Israelite, the brother by the name of Mighty Hebrew. He was convicted, I think, twice for sexual behavior against minors. He was widely condemned by the Hebrew Israelite community, but apparently forgiven by the Israelites, because I see him all over the place right now on everybody's channel. Another brother by the name of Nazi Yashavel, another Israelite, also involved in sexual misconduct with a minor. We have no idea where this brother is, but he's been sheltered somewhere by an Israelite group.
So then I asked Saneter about this.
You know, the brother Mighty Hebrew, if I'm not mistaken, Garfield said that he was there was some sexual misconduct.
Nah, we don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, okay, but I'm just saying what was stated publicly. Garfield said it publicly, you know what?
Then Saneter came on my channel and I asked him again.
We have those guys who've been convicted for sexual misconduct. Garfield Reed spoke about this. Yourself, you spoke about Nazi. And Garfield Reed said that Hebrew camps are sheltering Nazi. So, and, you know, it's sensitive because I know he's your friend. But, you know, Mighty Hebrew, several people have said that he was convicted for sexual misconduct, that he went to jail for that. He did. Well, oh, well, okay, well, you know, so you're confirming it. You know, so why?
Yeah, everybody know that he went to jail for that. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So obviously,
but Hebrews cover up for Hebrews. That's what they do.
All right. So
and they go on everybody's platform, and none of them niggas say a damn thing. But if I talk to Polite on the phone, oh man, how the fuck? So I'm never talking to Polite. Nigga, get the hell out of my chat. I talk to who I want to talk to. Innocent, like you said, into proven guilty, man.
Yeah, he was not convicted yet. You know what I'm saying? So Garfield Reed didn't lie then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When he talked about and Garfield Reed said even twice he thinks. Some people said that the second time is because he did not sign.
Yeah, he got violated. He got violated the second time. Yes.
Yeah. So what does it mean he got violated?
Well, he had a violation. I don't know why, but they came back and locked him up again on a violation charge, something like that. But all them niggas been doing that shit for a long time. Hebrews been out there molesting people and all that shit for a long time, and it's always covered up by other Hebrew Israelites. The only way we'll find out about it if we looking and searching and we see it. Oh shit, this pops up, and we catch it, you know, and then they'll come out and say something about it because we got them.
What I didn't know, Ramesu, is that what he really meant by violated was actually what will follow. Check this out, my brother. It is right here.
How about the mighty fucking Hebrew? This nigga went to jail for rape, dog.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga,
and that nigga back in the community, like everything good, Hebrews quiet. What about Nazi Yashavel?
Hold on. Let me get this nigga.
Let's not forget the mighty Hebrew nigga, who you get constantly on your channel, who's on all the Hebrews channel. Don't forget the mighty Hebrew, the bald head nigga, been already incarcerated in prison for molesting a young child. He came home and they violated him again because the nigga was trying to fuck with another child.
So you see, Ramesu, he was speaking in code when he said violated. But when he was in a bad mood, he let us know what he really meant. Then I asked Sir, how many other Hebrew Israelite organizations teach that you can have sex with a 9-year-old girl? And Sir said, so many teach that. Let's hear it.
Listen,
okay, can I talk now? Can I talk now?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. So Sekou didn't say anything pseudo at all. And the people have stated that for years. You know, now, Sanetta, if you don't mind, you said that other people teach that you can have sex with a 9-year-old girl. Like, do you mind telling which other Hebrews or like organization teach that? Because you see, I'm not from New York, you know, so to me it's news. And I'd like to know when I go to New York with my daughter, where I should avoid going. So if you don't mind, Sanetta, which other Hebrews or like organization teach that thing that GMS teach?
Well, there's a lot of Hebrew Israelite groups out there that teach that. I'm not calling out no names or nothing like that. All I'm gonna tell you is that a lot of them teach that, brother. A lot of Hebrew Israelites teach that.
I appreciate that.
And as for my brother Unc, you know, I love you, man, but I'm gonna still keep and tell the truth. To me, when we say things like go back to Africa and teach that, Unc, I'm simply saying, look at what we do. We over here in America and we talk about shit we don't know what's going on in Africa. So
okay, I should have stopped it before, but you heard that he said so many Hebrews teach that, you see. And the most interesting, Ramesu, is that during the weigh-in with Tazaryach, I brought up the fact that there's a sister who made an accusation. I thought it was the author of the book Why I Left the Hebrew Israelite, but it's actually Tazaryach's wife who was interviewed by Polite, and she talked about a guy was sent to prison for child molestation. And Sanetar messed up because he said that I should stop doing gossiping. He defended a convicted child molester because after the weigh-in, he brought up the same thing that I brought up. The Tazaryach confirmed indeed that they have a member who was found guilty of child molestation. Tazaryach sent him money. So this is the real reason why those people don't like me.
Polite, if let's say Polite is innocent, he could be a partial victim. You know, maybe he broke up with the girl. Who knows, you know, what happened in that instance. But the only true victim is that girl. So I think that's what we need.
And I think that's being a hypocrite because you have a member of ISUPK who was locked up for child molestation, for rape or whatever it is, and y'all still support him. Here it is, Polite have not been found guilty, and y'all wouldn't support him. See the double standard?
What
you have a member
standard?
in ISUPK, which y'all support him financially. You put money on his books, but Polite have not been found guilty, and y'all already.
This how I know you taking a
that's
strong.
a double standard.
This how I know you take a strong position of Polite's innocence, regardless of waiting till the verdict come, because you keep bringing up the same exact thing, even though I've explained the position dozens of times. How many times do I have to explain the same exact position? So in that instance, the brother took a lot of.
Even if you explain it, it still remains the same, though, Captain.
No,
you still support
what remains the same?
Guilty.
But what remains the same though?
That he was found guilty.
Definitely was found guilty, but he also
was not found guilty.
I'm not saying don't support him though. Right,
brother. You said if the brother come on my channel, you done. Wait. And you know you got me, man. You got me. I said, all right, brother.
That's right. Right. But what is that part? That part.
So you see, Ramesu, I guess you didn't know that either. Huh? You know about recollection? Well, let's find out about the recollection.
Are you accused of molesting your wife's niece, who is your niece through marriage?
I have no recollection of that. You would have to inform me of what you're talking about. I have no recollection of that.
Okay, I will be able to one day. So I have my third question. Captain Tazaryach, do you have a homie that's in prison right now for child molestation that you support financially?
Yes.
But I thought you were against child molestation and those that are molesters to children.
I am against child molestation and those that molest children.
So why are you supporting this person, but you speak ill against others that have a love for people that have been just accused of child molestation?
Okay, I'll answer your question very easily. When I was at both cases of both trials, the evidence that they had, they gave the brother a lie detector test, which he passed. They tested the sister for the young girl, rather, whether her hymen was broke because he was accused of molesting her. Her hymen was not broke. A hymen, for those that don't know, a hymen is something that they use to test to see if the woman's or the child's virginity has been broken or anything like that. There was information that she said that she gave, which she then retracted. So the first case that they did was thrown out. The second case, they did not want to answer to. The jury was hung on it, and the judge did not want to release them until they came up with an answer, and then they came up with a guilty verdict. So from observing the case, if he was guilty of the crime, I would in no way support the brother. But from the evidence of the case, from the testimonies of him as well as the individuals involved, he was not guilty, even though he was found guilty.
Wow, so he was not guilty, even though he was found guilty, but you speak ill against someone else that is not guilty, but they say he was guilty. So I have a question. This brother that you support, does he have children?
Yes.
And if so, do you ever say to those children, you have a father that's a child molester?
No, I don't.
Well, why do you do that to others that have a love for Dr. Malachi Z. York ill and you want his children of him being a quote-unquote so-called child molester and you speak for supporting him?
So you see, Ramesu?
Yeah, Shaka, don't even go down that line no more.
Oh, I'm finished, brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what they here for.
But it's good for everybody to know. Now, Ramesu, if you really care, let us know. Help us to find out how old was the victim. Tazaryach said the young girl rather. We know what a girl is. Okay, that's not a woman. But he said young girl. Some people have suggested that the victim of child molestation by the ISUPK member who receives money from Tazaryach and maybe from some other ISUPK members, some people figure that she was 8-9 years old. You see? But Ramesu, you're on holiday because this talking about I need to watch the whole thing to get context. That's fishy to me. But you can get on the panel, but you will have to use a webcam though, you know. So yeah, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. Like I said, they all know what's going on. Like,
yeah, they know. They know very well.
Yeah, None of them don't do the same thing on his panel, you know.
And
That's
yeah, they don't do that on this panel. But the funny thing is that when you check their mentality, talking about, oh, you've been over there, like when did you know? I
yeah, they
I know
all of
very
them have the
recently
same weak talking
a
points.
weak talking point. But can you imagine a girl who's been sexually abused or molested or raped by those guys? They may tell the girl, but you knew the guy, you you knew the guy, right? He was in a relationship with your mother. You went to Disneyland together. You went to
Yeah,
a new
yeah.
amusement park together. You ate together.
Any excuse to change the narrative of what
Yeah,
happened to the person.
yeah. But they know every time they come and bring those weak talking points, we're just reminding because people come and go when you last stream. So more and more people find out. Damn, that's what it's all about. That's what's going on in that
Man,
panel over there, the House of
you know,
Consciousness.
yeah, he quick to block them, so they ain't even gonna come and ask a question. Cause
Well,
they
no, this is hypocritical. I mean, you have a guy. And I like what he wrote here though. He wrote, when did you realize Saneda was defending you? So he knows Saneda was defending you. He's on tape defending you. You know what I'm saying? But I
yeah,
answered his question. It was way after I was invited to be on his panel. Way after, just like the Tazaryach clip of the recollection. That was way after. The other clip where Scam Cheddar acts like he confronts, Yes, Sir, merci. Acts like he confronts Tazaryach. That was after. On te voit là. Okay, d'accord. And yeah. So if anybody else has any questions or comments, then feel free. You have the link to get on the panel.
yeah, man. Well, so it go.
Yeah. I'll wait a little bit, and then if there's nobody, I'll call it a day. But damn, third copyright claim, man. Scam Cheddar, damn. I thought you were a strong dude.
Yeah, I thought you was a man. Like, well, what's up with this sucker behind closed doors? Yeah. So I don't know. Like, yeah, like I said, um, the funny thing is he all big and mighty and strong in front of the public eye. But I'm pretty sure when he talking to the elders, he's pretty much a hush puppy, and probably gonna come up with all kind of excuses and say I'm gonna do better and this and that, and it's back to normal business again. Every time he does it, that's probably what happens. So like it's not the first, second, third, or fourth, or fifth time he step out of character. He's been doing that for over a decade. So everybody knows, you know what I mean? So like I said, it's all
Yeah.
about what he's worth to them, He's something to them, he's worth something to them. So they're gonna keep friends with him and use him for their opportunity, regardless of what he benefit from it, as long as they could get their shine or speak on a platform that thousands of people look at. So yeah, man, like I said, like regardless of what, I would have go on everybody's panel and ask them the same question.
They
What's
don't
the
do that.
yeah, they can't answer that question. What's the reward? What's the purpose? What substance do anything that you teach and have in today or reality or tomorrow? None of what you're talking about is not gonna come in existence. And the only people that might have an answer is those with the belief that their God gonna come from the sky and yeah, put everybody in shame and all of that. But yeah, other than that, none of these guys, like, at the end of the day, it's a belief. Everybody could believe what they want, but all this narrative of who better and this and that, none of them ain't better, because none of them don't uh account for anything in reality as far as land resources, cultivation, economics. Like it doesn't represent none of that in today's world. It's more and the logic things about all these teachings, everybody already know what's right and wrong, because from growing up their parents teach them. you know, common sense and yeah, yada yada, the basics. You know what I mean? Everybody always get the basics. So even if some don't get a basic, you experience alone will let you know what's right or wrong, what's have consequences and so on, you know?
Check this out, young Harold. Look, this guy wrote, "What's up, weirdo? Does your family know you stalk other men online? Where's the stalking?" That guy made a copyright claim against me, trying to censor me. But Dan 444, are you against child molesters?
Who is this clown anyway?
It's
I don't
another
know.
groupie, you know.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
don't know
good.
these
It's good
people.
for
Don't waste your
people to
time.
see. It's good for people to see that. But he's gonna go on holiday real quick. You know what I'm saying? You know. He dog hollers when you criticize child molesters. Then you can see who's not happy, and it's usually those supporters of the House of Consciousness. Butler
And just
Reggie,
like
Trackfield, Garfield Reed, and all these other people over there. There's too many to names at this too many to name at this point. I see if he Bennett put a comment. Hold on, I'm gonna have a look. Anyways, that guy's on holiday. Thank you for your efforts. All these men are pretending to know anything about rape and sorry, all these men are pretending to not know anything about rape and pedophilia. Yeah, but we can see through them. We can see through them. So if
yeah.
there's other Sanada groupies who want to come on and make comments like that, be my guest. Feel free. You will make a great contribution to humanity, a great contribution to mankind, showing the weakness of grown men. And if you don't mind, tell us how old you are when you come and make excuses for child molesters and rapists. Just so we can have an idea. Like young Hero said, we know what's right from wrong. Our parents taught us better. I don't think there's any parents who say, you know what, when you grow up, just go ahead and molest, go ahead and rape. Nah, that's very unlikely. So you cannot blame it on your upbringing. I never thought I'd see the day. I never
Yeah, and I
thought I'd see
was
the day.
saying, like, that's what I was saying. Like, most of these narratives, that's what some of the principles supposedly to, supposed to be, as far as cleanliness and walking upright. But most, like, people with common sense and logic and experience, even if your parents teach you certain things, some you just gonna have to learn on your own, so regardless of what you've been taught, you still have to go through things to understand, but yeah, so in other than, like I was saying, other than that, all these narratives, that's all it's worth, what I'm saying. But in reality, nah, it ain't doing nothing for us as a people.
Well, we see the results. We have grown men making excuses for
Exactly.
rapists and
Yeah,
pedophiles.
this is what it causes destruction and corruption and
Yeah, they're accepting
pedos and
scammers. Yeah,
scamming
yeah,
and
exactly. Exactly. And
and internet bullies and
yeah, we have and also white supremacy. Like Sabia Bay posing in front of the statue of Ibn Khaldun, who was anti-black. But you see, a person is like stalking other men online. We have Saneda on tape saying that Malakayo didn't go to jail for child molestation. And on the footage alone, we hear that the guy was hit or found charged with so many counts of child molestation. You see, and there's the court transcript as well. Chuck Morgan, he dealt with a fair bit of them. You know what I'm saying? Indeed, the children, had herpes, and he
yeah,
had herpes. How did children get herpes? They're just having sex left and right. You know, and there's many testimonies. So you can actually hear Hassan Papi Campbell saying that contrary to what Prince York said, Malachi didn't go to jail for some tax or whatever that is. You know what I'm saying? It was, also, you know, and mainly because of the child molestation, the rape of children, man.
yeah.
Sodomy.
30
You know what I'm
sound
saying?
conks or something like that.
Come again?
No, like 30 sound conks of
Oh yeah,
child
but
abuse
he
and
got 135 years, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's very serious when the guy is just denying, Senator is denying All these things that Malachi York did. But then again, he may have said that because then he was cool with Prince York, the son of Dr. York. The son of Dr. York is not responsible for what his father did. But if he really claimed publicly that his father didn't go to jail for that, then that's some high level falsehood. And or maybe it was just because he was cool polite, because polite was in communication with Malachi York. He's on tape saying that even if Malachi York molested 1,000 children with DNA evidence and all, he will still regard him as his God. And that's just
Yeah,
messed up.
imagine that. Like, bro, like doesn't show you. Like I told you, the ignorance is just on another scale, man. You know what I'm saying? So, um, like like all of them contradict themselves. You know what I mean? Like one time, the black woman was God. You know, and he telling people about their religion and how it's false and yada yada. Then he gonna turn around and a man that get charged for child molestation, he gonna call him his God. Like, bro, like what kind of logic? Like, you know what I mean? Like, but like I said, these people are too much information. That's what it does. You know what I mean? Just like
Too much
beliefs.
falsehood.
Yeah,
That's too
too
much
much.
information, too much falsehood.
Well,
Right, man.
information regardless, but it's how you receive it too. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
some people know all kind of information and it don't affect them in no
yeah.
kind of way. They don't have to believe nothing. But yeah, like it is what it is, man. Like I told you, I don't want to be. They always going to use the narrative that well, at first we wasn't on it. We were just talking about the information that's on public record. You know what I mean? Which is paperwork, which is a crime or whatever the case may be. Until they start to disrespect, and we had no choice but to disrespect back. You know what I mean? But in saying that, they trying to make it seem like we talking about this and that, but we talk about all issues across the
Yeah,
board.
yeah.
So all that narrative is just two-faced,
Yeah,
and because
deflection.
they ride in the wagon of this guy. Like if that's what you choose, go over there and be happy. You know what I mean? But don't come here faking the funk and trying to flip the script when you know what's going on. Like if that's what you're cool with, then be cool with it. But don't try to lie or try to attack people that's
Mm,
speaking the truth. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And in saying that, why why they mad about the topics when
Because they're
everybody in
groupies, man.
YouTube, yeah, everybody in YouTube have their own topic. Regardless,
Y-
it have some people that
Yeah,
expose people that frauds. I can't
but
remember his name. Like how he exposed Billy Carlson. And have people
yeah,
that
yeah.
talk about
Pocket watching with JT, I
yeah,
think it's
Pocket
called.
Watch, yeah. It have
Yeah,
people that talk about celebrities. It have people that talk about basketball players. It have people that have Gilbert Arenas and Kwame Brown going at it back and forth. You know what I mean? So like all that, it have Sanetta that does the same thing. That's how he came up based on drama. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So yeah,
yeah. Like with JG 7000, with the domestic
all
case.
that
You know what
they
I'm saying?
talking is just nonsense, bro. Like get out of here with that. Your talking points is so weak, it's pathetic. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Even Chris, like when he came on Sanetta the other day and asking the woman questions, and because she shut him down because she don't want to answer his questions, he went on his panel and was going off on her.
He labeled
You see-
her coon. He put her picture,
yeah,
and he put
yeah.
her,
You
her name in the
see,
title. But
but they
that's
want to come
decorum,
and
though.
tell you talking beef tube and this and that. So like, bro, miss me with the nonsense, man. Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah. But there's one thing I wanted to say, but I forgot. But it's not too important because yeah, we can see through them. Those are weak talking points, and in a sense, there many of them are rocking with child molesters and rapists. But on the other hand, they're not proud of that. You know what I'm saying? So they can come and cry, but I wish I
Yeah.
remember what I wanted to say.
Yeah, and I was saying, I don't like everybody, like, you know what I mean, trying to be like, I don't care because I got my life to live and my priorities to put at hand and my child to think about. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing, my family. So, in saying that, if I into something or I have a group of people among me that I could see I could build some with, or as a family or as a people, I'm all with that. You know what I mean? But I know if I'm into anything, whoever I standing with, they're gonna have to be standing for the same thing. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to be standing for righteousness across the board. You know what I mean? So, and when you don't have that, you're always going to have conflict. You know what I mean? Because you're not on the same page, and people have different ideas, different values, different morals. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not saying that I'm just for myself or selfish because I'm the kind of person who just give people, homeless people on the street that ask me for sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So in saying that, yeah, I'm all with the togetherness and all of that, but I'm not with the. I can't have that if I know people ain't standing up against scammers, child molesting, raping, ignorance, disrespect, xenophobia, you know what I'm saying? All kind of the nonsense. I ain't with none of that. So we can't stand together if we are not. That should be the debate. That should be the debate. Everybody putting their differences aside and their biases aside in order to build communities. Because you can't be in a community with somebody you don't know miles away from you. You know what I mean? So, like I said, if I'm living somewhere and I know people that have the same ideology and the same respect and have some kind of, cultivation, something to build as a community, then I'm all with that, as long as they stand on something. And that's how it starts, man.
That's what's up, young Heru. Now, Jay Heru has joined us. How you doing, brother? It's been a minute.
What's up, fellas?
What's going
Chilling. How
on?
about yourself?
Doing pretty good, man. I I heard y'all was just talking about Chris, man. That was funny, man. He got so pissed off because she was setting him down, and then I knew it. I said, "Watch." I said, "Watch you go on his channel," and he went on his channel. And he all that decorum went out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's not just her. I mean, we can just have a look together.
Oh
Because
yeah,
every now and
we
then,
know, but we just
every now and then,
showing.
I just show how he does that with so many people. He puts their names and their pictures.
Oh yeah.
Like here we have the sister. He
Sanchez.
labeled her a coon. So he put the
Hmm.
picture, the name. Here we have Bro Sanchez. He put what proves what kind of scholarship, Gish Gallup scholarship. I mean he's been doing that for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
then, hey, I don't know if you had a chance to see it, but I think it was last week, right? They were talking, they were talking about they had a lot of discussions about flat Earth, right? So you had the guy Clayton Holmes on there, right?
I
And
don't know him, but yeah.
yeah, he's been going back and forth with them or whatever. But you said you don't know him, so the guy he's a former NFL professional NFL player, right?
Yeah, the guy that win the 3 wins with Cowboys. He's a
Right,
flat earth.
right. He's a flat earther, right? So you know, I seen a title one day and I'm like, wait a minute, okay. So what he did because what Chris did because he
I saw.
does, of course he don't agree with the flat earth thing.
I know
He
which
he
one you're
put a
talking
live
about.
screen and it was like Clayton, he proves CTE scholarship. And I'm like, to me, when I read it, it was disrespectful. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah,
I mean,
and
to me, and they try to brush it off like, nah, it ain't nothing
but
like that. Man, ain't no way, ain't no other way for you to twist that. That's disrespectful, man. Knowing
yeah,
that it ain't even a joke because the guy actually does have CTE.
oh yeah, yeah. He did say he wasn't. He had a real problem. But yeah, it's funny you bring that up, Jay Harry, because I was watching a clip and the guy Clayton, he had bet anybody $1,000. And Shaka, don't say nothing, Shaka. I already know you. The guy Clayton, he bet everybody $1,000. Who could take a bucket of water or anything larger and make the water make a circular motion without water falling out. So like basically like our globe, they say the globe water is 75% and it's in a circle. So he's saying anybody I don't know what kind of logic, because he got a point, but I don't see how he could even measure the two. But yeah, he's trying to say, so there's no way water could be in a globe. It does take the shape of whatever form it is. And Chris there show like like on the ocean or certain place like where there are waterfalls where it does have like a tornado in the water, like a spin wheel, the water that be swirling. So
right.
they show that picture.
Yeah, I seen that.
They show that picture. And Clayton, I understand where Clayton, because that's not the definition he gave. That's not the experiment he told them to do. He told them personally to get some water and experiment that the water could do that. But the water spiraling in the lake, in the ocean, it's still solid, it's still on ground. There's ground under it. So it's still not a globe. It still doesn't explain the theory. You know what I'm saying? So they're talking about send 1,000. I'm like, but Clayton didn't lose though yet. You'll still improve his logic. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was funny to me, man.
You know what, man? That's my main issue with the globe thing. Like, if somebody could explain that to me,
Well, they
logically,
go say density, gravity, atmosphere, pool,
magnetism. I done heard them all.
all kinds
And
of
I was like,
narrative.
I've never seen.
But sorry, brother. What is it? If somebody could explain what to you, brother?
So if somebody could
How the
explain to me,
water
right?
stay in the globe.
Because based on the globe Earth model, right? The Earth is rotating at a certain speed. I forget the speed, but it's a really high speed, right? Um, if somebody could explain to me how that water is sitting on the globe, number one, in the shape of a globe, because we know water doesn't really behave that way unless it's in some type of container, right?
But I actually know who you should ask. Just
Who
choose
is
a
it?
university of your choice and ask those specialists. You know what I'm saying? Astrophysics. Or
I don't think they got an
any field that you see
explanation.
fit, and I'm sure they will have some very, very precise and detailed answer for you. Now, for example, there's one thing in that song, "Elect" featuring Neil deGrasse Tyson. It's basically a B.O.B. response track. And in the song, he says, if the earth is flat, how do we get seasons? Because we know that the earth revolves around the sun in 365 days.
We don't know that.
Okay. Well, how do we get seasons still?
Well, here's the thing. I don't think.
Some going to say the sun does move closer and further from the planet.
Yeah, that's what
That's how
Sanchez
you
said.
get
Yeah.
seasons. So there
But
you go.
if the earth was flat, since we have telescope that shows us, planets, galaxies, stars, whatever, nebulas. If the earth was flat, then I guess with the telescope, we could have a view.
But that doesn't have nothing to do with the atmosphere above us, as far as seeing stars.
Well, I'm not talking about the atmosphere. Some people argue that the earth was flat, that the earth is flat. So if the earth is flat and you have a telescope that's powerful enough, then you should have a view.
No, Shaka, because if the earth was wrong, you should be able to do that on a global earth as well, because the plane is flat. And if the earth was wrong, we'll be able to see the curvature. But there is never no curvature.
No.
Well,
No, you
here's
cannot
the
see it
thing.
with the
What are you
telescope.
saying you're trying to see? Because you're gonna have obstructions, right? You know, different trees, mountains, hills. You know, like, so. What exactly are you trying to see?
If you're high enough, then you will have a view of the landscape of basically all the 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 countries, the continents that is in your view, and then you will have the stars, the planets, and so on. You know, because with those
Because
scopes, you know, you can do astrophotography. You know what I'm saying? So you can take pictures, and that's how we get those nice pictures of the what they call the deep sky. You know, because they stack the pictures. You have softwares that stack the pictures. So as you stack more and more pictures, then you get a clearer, a nicer image. You know, but then again, if people want to reject the videos that we
but
see from
like J. Harrow said, there are mountains, there are drops, hills. There's no way you're gonna see a flat surface all the way. You
should
just like
if the
you
earth is
can
flat,
see
you
with your
should.
two
Well,
eyes.
see, you know what, Shaka, though? See,
The
I think
curvature, sooner or later you're going to see the vanishing point, regardless of what kind of telescope you use.
You know, you don't have mountains everywhere. You know, if you are high
but you don't have
enough, if you're
mountains, right? See here.
go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, what I was saying was here's the thing. I think a lot of people, when they hear that term flat Earth, it's they take it out of context. So based on a flat earther, if you, I guess, was to ask them, like, okay, what do they mean by that? We're not saying that the whole earth is flat. That we know we have, you have land topography, we have hills, valleys, mountains, you know, the landscape is not flat. That's not what we're saying. But a lot of people think that that's what a flat earth is. They think that the planet is just flat all the way across. That's not what we're saying. We're saying that the base of it is flat, and then you have trees, mountains, stuff like that that will build on top of it, but at its base is flat.
Well, I guess that's another debate. You know, another argument. You know, whether the
Yeah,
base
because
is flat or the globe is flat. But most people will say that the globe is flat. But how many PhDs say that we have a flat Earth?
Shaka, hey, look, listen. That was
Shaka,
another thing I was gonna
you're
bring
gonna
up.
say you don't use your own experiments and conclusions.
Yeah, but
You only go based on what people say.
we are not as qualified as the experts
Don't
in teaching.
start that, because you see
No,
that
but
degree
just out of
thing.
curiosity,
The first man that gave the degree didn't have a degree, Shaka.
Yeah, I heard that, but those degrees came up when we had schools. But the thing is this, just for the sake of how many have you heard? How many have you heard that claim that?
But that's what I was getting ready to get into, right?
Yeah.
So
how
the
many?
biggest hindrance. Oh, I can't.
I'm about to look it up.
I can't give you any, and that's what I'm saying. If I'm being honest about, the whole flat Earth thing, you don't have the scientific consensus. You don't have that behind you to be able to prove it.
No, I'm not asking about the consensus. I'm not asking about consensus. I'm just asking about how many PhD period, because otherwise we could argue, do we have a conspiracy? Do all the PhDs
But Shaka, you
are in a
gotta
conspiracy
understand
to hide this fact?
Who are these PhDs? And they all go to the same universities that teach the same thing. So obviously they're gonna say the same thing because that's what they learn, Shaka.
So young Hero, we cannot say that all the universities in the world are teaching wrong. We cannot say that.
How can you say that? They be teaching that they teaching that false black history for decades. I grew up learning false history till I got older and realized all these things. Even Kunta Kinte was false. Shaka, come on, right?
Yeah, but that's not from universities. Kunta Kinte, that was
Oh, so
Alex Haley,
university is
who
different. No,
yeah, he
but
plagiarized, that
education is education.
Colander's book called The African, So,
So,
that's nothing to do with the university, I mean, at the end
so
of the day, even Champollion, in his
but
writing, is known as the father of Egyptology. When he
don't.
described what he saw in the tombs, he didn't describe white people, as rulers of ancient Egypt. You know what
But
I'm saying?
who's that? Who you say a Frenchman? What's his name?
Champollion, the one who's credited for deciphering the hieroglyphics.
That
There's
was
some
a white
letters.
man. That
Yeah,
wasn't a
he's a
black
French
man.
white man. Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. This is we if we talking people about their credibility and who they get their sources from, we have to feel the same way about some of our sources.
No, but his sources was the tombs of ancient Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Now later on, some people try to flip the script, but when he went there, he described what he said. And I read it a while back. I think it's called Champollion, Afrocentric. Sorry, but if I type in Champollion, I can come up with a quote. Champollion.
I'm just saying,
Uh,
like, it's just like saying, um, some people go with the senses, and or the trend, like uh the same thing when it comes to weapons. Whoever started the machine guns, every other army in every other country had to follow, regardless of if they have any connection with that country or not, because they have to step up to the plate and upgrade, just like any other country. So some of these schools or education systems try to hold their people up to the same standards as other countries in the world. So sometimes the narrative do take trend as far as what people consider to be scientific or truthful, whatever experiments they use to prove their science knowledge that they got from other countries or other senses. Because so
but
sometimes
but 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 but
sometimes a
you see
false narrative could be all over
mm, you
because
see.
of
mm,
systematic science.
mm. Well, Galileo, he had trouble with the Catholic Church because he was of the opinion that the Earth was not flat, that it was a globe, and he had a lot of problems. I think he was in prison. I don't even know if he was killed, but um, years later,
So before
scientists around
that,
the world agree with him, and the
but
church ultimately, the Catholic Church
wait.
ultimately
So
admitted that he
you
was
trying to
right.
tell me the
No,
Mayans thought the earth was flat. So our ancient people thought the earth was flat. This is what you're trying to tell me?
no, no. What I'm trying to say is that first he went against the quote unquote consensus of the Catholic Church. But years later,
So
scientists and
that
even the Catholic Church
narrative came from the Catholic Church. You sure
come,
that's a
come again,
fact?
come again.
That narrative that the earth was flat
hmm
in them times, was there any records or anything about that in ancient time by any of our ancestors? Or
Not
was
to my
that
knowledge. Not to
did
my
a
knowledge.
Catholic? So that first thing, that's what you heard from it from the Catholic Church, as far as
Well,
the earth being flat.
I don't know who said it first, but
Oh, that's
it
an
is. I
issue.
mean, well, this is well known. Galileo. Everybody can look him up. But what I'm trying to say is that later on, scientists and the Catholic Church admitted that he was correct. So if some people believe that the Earth
Oh,
is
so
flat, then all they can
that's
do is go the scientific route and get some people. They can do a fundraiser and found the studies of at least one guy to urge his PhD and present a thesis, a dissertation, and then take it further, because so far the claim doesn't come from scientists, from accredited
oh,
university. But let me just show for the record, because I've shared in the chat so people can see it. A lot of
yeah.
people don't know that.
Well,
Hold on, let me just let me
go
just show,
ahead.
please, if you don't mind. Now, you have the book called Lettres écrites d'Égypte et de Nubie en 1828 et 1829, which translates as Written Letters of Egypt and Nubia in 1828 and 1829. So Champollion wrote to his brother, if I'm not mistaken. Now we have the 15th letter written in Thebes, which was called Waset back then, known as Luxor today, June 18, 1829. And we're going to see what Champollion said when he went over there. And the funny thing is that, you see, the title is Ancient Egypt taught the arts to Greece. But when Martin Bernard says that, then they say, oh, it's an Afrocentric claim. If a black scholar says that, like, what's the other book? Stolen Legacy. You see, what is the subtitle of Stolen Legacy? Stolen Legacy by George James. It says Greek philosophy is stolen Egyptian philosophy, you know. But what did Champollion say? I don't know. Wrong one.
He said the same thing too, right?
Yeah, but they don't label him an Afrocentric. That's why, you know, I've put this dashiki style here, you know what I'm saying? But hold on.
That's the link that I have shared in the chat.
So here you have an English translation of his letter in the book called The American Version, you know. And like I said, I've put the link in the chat as well. So you have the link to the video.
It's the book entitled American Merchant. The publisher is Bryant and Stratton, and it was published in 1858. And on the link that I've shared in the chat, you have right here the link to download the PDF, if you will, if you wish to. Or and it's we owe to Champollion the rediscovery and restoration of the ancient Egyptian or Coptic language that was wholly lost for some hundreds of years. He it was who taught us to read the story records of the Egyptian monuments, and while in Egypt, examining and pursuing these, he writes thus: Egyptian art owned only to itself all that it has produced of the great, the pure, and the beautiful, and without intending to disrespect to those savants who make it part of their religion firmly to believe in the spontaneous generation of the arts in Greece, it is evident to me, as it must be to all those who have well examined Egypt or who have a real knowledge of the Egyptian monuments existing in Europe, that the arts commenced in Greece by a servile imitation of the arts of Egypt, which were much more advanced than is vulgarly supposed. At the epoch when the first Egyptian colonies were in contact with the savage inhabitants of Attica or the Peloponnesus, so those are two areas of Greece, ancient Egypt taught the arts to Greece. This last gave them the most sublime developments, but without Egypt, Greece will probably never have become the classic land of the fine arts. I trace these lines almost in the face of the bas-relief which the Egyptians executed with the most exquisite finesse of workmanship 1700 years before the Christian era. And what had the Greeks then done? So that's the end of the quote.
So Champollion basically said what black scholars will be labeled Afrocentric for. He clearly stated that, you know, the Greek stuff was in imitation to the Egyptian art, you know. But there's also some other quote, and I will look for it, where he actually describes the people that he sees, you know, and he
say
says,
that one more time. He said the Egyptian was what?
Here I didn't show it, but I will look
No,
for
you
an
just
English.
said something about the Egyptian. He said the what?
There's a quote in one of his letters when he's describing the Egyptians as he sees them in the tombs, you know, and he says, you know, at one point that the Egyptian and Nubians are represented in the same manner, and he wrote, or he added in parentheses, which could not be otherwise, you know.
Right. So
You know,
before before he did that, the census there was white.
There was not really a consensus because they probably dig. A few people probably did some digging, but they were more interested, I guess, with what they were saying. Hence the race, quote unquote, race for decipherment. But
anyway, yeah, man.
That's the father of Egyptology, and basically he described the ancient Egyptians as black or as the same as the Nubians.
A white boy was the father of Egyptology.
He's considered as the father of Egyptology, yes. Champollion, yes.
Well, that's kind of strange. That's
well,
questionable.
Don't
you have any
check this out?
scholars from
Check this out.
Africa?
The first Egyptologist was a Kemetic priest, the son of Ramesses II, Chaim Wasset. So that's like around 1300 BC, maybe 1200 BC.
When you say Egyptology, he was a scholar, Ramesses?
No, his son. Let me share the link.
His son was a scholar, historian. Like,
let me show you.
Do you put this guy in the same category as Ramesses?
Was the son of Ramesses II. So here I'm going to share the link in the chat. I recently uploaded a video showing here a statue of him. Here it says Chaim Wasset, Prince Chaim Wasset. You have different variation of his name. That's the one that I use here. Chaim Wasset was the fourth son of Ramesses II and the second son by his queen Iset Nofret. So that's basically Aset Neferet. His contributions to Egyptian society were remembered for centuries after his death. Chaim Wasset has been described as the first Egyptologist due to his efforts in identifying and restoring historic public tombs and temples. And then they went on to explain, what he did, but, and maybe, I wonder if Britannica has an entry about him. What is that? World history.
So he's the father of Egyptologists.
Well, I saw encyclopedia. Well, they have, hold on. Oh, they don't have anything, but they have something. I don't know that website. World History Encyclopedia. Who runs that stuff? Okay. Well, featured partner, the UNESCO. About. I didn't even know about that thing here. Okay, well, for whatever that's worth. What do they say about Chaim Wasset here? Thanks. So, Chaim Wasset is regarded as the Egyptologist prince and the first Egyptologist for his efforts. So, I'm sharing this thing and I'm going to put Champollion to see what label they're going to give him. So, Champollion. Maybe they want the full name. So, okay. Looks like they don't have it. So we're gonna go with Britannica, and then we're gonna see what Wikipedia says. Here they say French historian and linguist who founded scientific Egyptology. Now let's see what Wikipedia says.
So there's a difference between Egyptology and scientific. It's like a restore or revive.
Well, they say that Egyptology Chaim was labeled as the first Egyptologist, the discipline was not the same as, basically like 2,000, 3,000 years later, over 2,000 years later, but here they say founding figure in the field of Egyptology. Here it says, consequently, he is regarded as the founder and father of Egyptology. But I should have looked for father when I was on Britannica. But it's just a detail, really.
Yeah. So how can a person be that come before him be the prince of Egyptology, and he the father? There must be a
Those are labels that they give. Those
yeah,
are
that's a
labels.
distinction between science and Egyptology.
No, it's like Herodotus. Herodotus is nicknamed the father of history. But way before Herodotus, people made notes of, what was going on around them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's my point. Giving people title.
Yeah. But they had some contribution or some work that people
Yeah. I'm
considered.
not saying that.
Yeah. But then again, we rely on experts and specialists, especially when we are sick. We go to them. So we should be fair. And if we don't have a single PhD that claims that the Earth is flat, then either we try to get one,
You always
but
you always go with that narrative, Shaka. You can't measure the two on the same scale.
Yes, because we all do that.
No, that's
you went to the hospital. You went to the hospital
that's
before,
an
right?
occupation, though. You know what I mean?
That's science. That's science.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's more than occupation. If somebody likes to watch movies,
science across the board is the same thing. There's different experiments within the science, right?
Yeah, but I just said that because an occupation, just watching movies, is an occupation. But it's an occupation. But history, that's a field, that's a scientific field, just like biology, astrophysics, and so on, anthropology, linguistics, and we have to be fair, engineering, mechanics as well. If our car is broken down, if we don't know how to fix it, then we'll go to the specialist. But then again, when we are sick, we go to the specialist. If our partner, our ladies are pregnant, we take them to the doctors, we take them to the hospitals. You know what I'm saying? So if we have trust, and not to say faith, in those experts and specialists, why we would not have the same level of trust when it comes to astronomy and astrology, or let's say, anything that has to do with the earth.
Well,
and besides, you remember that video. So basically, you think this video is fake, do you? You have 5 million subscribers. Do you think that video is fake?
This video is fake.
The Earth live.
But this is what I'm saying, Shaka. If that's not fake, that's the Earth atmosphere. I'm not saying that the Earth atmosphere is not in a shape.
No, that's the Earth itself.
But okay, so you trying to tell me, right? The Earth, everything that's on the Earth, we on ground. The ground itself is within the atmosphere as a globe. You trying to tell me there is land that have curvature, it's upside down at certain points when the Earth spin?
I wouldn't say upside down.
But how else would it spin if it's rotating with the whole Earth? You see what I'm coming from?
I see. But then again, I'm not an expert or specialist in that field.
But
I'm sure.
I need to expert gotta explain that one to me, because I'm trying to figure out how solid ground could be.
Any university. Pick any university. And just send an email, and I'm sure many will reply.
Since you recommend, since you know so much, but you trust them so much.
Well, Yeah, I do trust scientifics. You know, scientists. You know,
So,
I do
but you
trust them.
understand what I'm saying, though. If you have a globe and I would understand if the globe, the Earth is within a globe, but to say that the ground itself is on the surface of the globe and it's spinning, but the ground itself is not spinning or not turning upside down, how does that work?
You ask for a recommendation.
Unless the Earth is spinning with the ground is within within the globe while it's spinning, for the ground not to move. I don't get that. How can that somebody gotta explain that one to me? You know what I'm saying?
Look, you see, you wanted a
Who's this
recommendation.
guy? Neil
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Tyson. Who
He's
that
from the
guy?
Bronx. He's from the Bronx.
He a PhD?
Oh yeah, he's more than a PhD. Yes, he's an
I'm writing him
astrophysicist.
down right now.
Yeah, he's an astrophysicist. And hold on, do you have a general comment Dropbox?
So you gotta send
There will
them a
be no
message.
replies. Media only. Schools corporation only. It looks like, you know. It looks like there may not be a direct way to contact him, but you know, here you have his CV. Yeah, he has a doctorate degree in astrophysics. Well, I guess we can look for some other astrophysics then.
Because you know, when you on a plane, right, and you in the clouds, when you coming down, you start to see the land, and the closer you come, you see more land. That means the land is within the atmosphere. There's no way on this planet when you fly in that you just go to the land without dropping. You have to drop within the atmosphere. So the land is not on the surface of the globe. It's impossible.
Well, I've shared the
Anyway,
link
that's
to
just
Edinburgh University. Now there's a University College London also. So everybody that's, you know, watching this live stream later on, damn, this is £9,000 for 1 year. Dang, it's crazy. That was a contact. That's the Department of Physics and Astronomy. Contact us. There is a page for contact here. And the storm is in the place to be as well. So you do have University College London as well.
So there. So are there so PhDs and scientists or whatever the case may be? You know, scientists does always scientific measures sometimes they always evolve, right? So a lot of things that man thought they knew, they evolve and not realize they could do a lot more. That's why you have a lot more gadgets that's more compact, right? So scientist is never an absolute thing, right? It's always
true. But you know, we make conclusions with the data that we have, with the evidence that we have. You see, hold on. In space there is no upside down, as everything is continuously moving. But here you have two. So try those two. But you can do that with, you know, any university that has an astrophysics field.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, you know. But like I was just proving my point, Shaka.
Well, I don't think you were proving your point. You were asking a question.
You cut me off before you cut.
Like, you know, like just if that thing had any credibility, I'm sure we would have some PhDs.
I'm just saying,
will
but
argue the same.
We just proved that scientist theory is not the absolute fact at all times.
What is absolute fact? You know.
That's my point exactly.
So
you
then again,
cannot.
there it is. There it is.
Yeah, there
But
you
you know,
go. Yeah, facts,
yeah.
facts.
But you know, we should consult the experts and specialists and see. I'm sure there's
Yeah,
only
I
so
know
much I
you
can.
feel that way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure they
feel
will
that
give you
way
some.
to a certain extent. You know.
Yeah, I'm sure they will give you some very detailed answers. And it's a shame we cannot contact Neil deGrasse Tyson directly. But then again, you know,
Yeah,
he's a
I'm gonna
very
look
busy
up
man.
to see.
But there's many universities that have that field, and it's the same with Egyptology, you know, and linguistics. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've been saying for a long time, you can just contact those schools, and many times you even have the names of the professors and their phone number and email address. So not all of
Right.
them will reply, but some of them will reply. You know, some of them will
And
take it.
some of them, a lot of them conclude. Well, all of them concluded that the metanature was deciphered, right?
I never heard of a single PhD who said that the metanature has not been deciphered.
Right. And that's based on no bias because they being in the same field is what they conceive to be to do, right?
It's
Is
not
what
the same field because you have Egyptology on one hand and you have linguistics on the other hand. And besides, some people don't study Egyptology.
what's the big difference between
It's not the same
Egypt?
field.
Why it's not about translating and deciphering languages?
Egyptology, no, it's not. But if you study Egyptology, then you will study the language. Just like people study classics, many will study the Greek and maybe the Latin as well. But some people don't even study Egyptology. They'll study some Near Eastern. They will study they will do some Near Eastern studies, but still they will learn the hieroglyphics. You know what I'm saying? So some people also will study archaeology, and they will dwell, with they will study
When
a
you
bit
say
of.
some people, you're talking about PhDs and scholars.
Come again?
When you say some people, who we talking about?
Oh yeah,
PhDs?
I'm talking about people who went all
Right.
the
So
way to
some
the
of
PhD.
them they might not be a master in the field as far as Egyptology goes, right? I mean, like when they say
Well, if somebody's a doctor in
I mean, if
linguistics,
somebody have to give reference on something, they have to be an expert on it. They can't just give their judgment based on what they do to conclude that man actions or historic findings. They have to be able to go to the right process in order to
but
conclude that
let,
it
let, let,
was.
let me get you this straight. Are you arguing that maybe the metanature has not been deciphered, but all
No,
the people
I
who study
mean, like
Egyptology say so because
my
they study in the same
opinion
field?
don't really. Why this guy saying I'm trolling, bro? I'm
Well,
having
it
a
sounds like
discussion.
it.
You know what I mean? Like people just don't know how to ask questions. Like what? Like what's the problem? You just I don't know what's people's issue, but yeah, it's never personal, bro. I could care less. Yeah, bro. Like you said, me. What? I'm like first thing. I'm not an expert. You know what I mean?
Neither
So
am I. Neither am I.
yeah, but I'm saying like, was the Metaneta the only language that ever been deciphered in history?
No, no, others have been deciphered, like the cuneiform writing
Okay.
as well.
Well, that's there you go. So boom, that's the answer right there. You know what I mean? It's been deciphered. You happy now? What funk or whatever his name is? Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, to each their own. But
It's not because I said so. It's because they worked on it for
and they
many
trying to
years.
say it's Champollion is the one to the first one to do it.
He's credited as such, but we have the British guy called Thomas Young who did a lot as well, and Champollion, have more credit, but he had the Rosetta Stone.
Wait, so when people like, I mean, it even have people that before him, but I'm saying when people like Dr. Ben read the Metaneta, he's reading it based on Champollion perspective, or do he have any knowledge to decipher languages himself?
There's no such thing as Champollion perspective when we talk about
Okay,
the
sister,
decipherment.
he the one give you the information that was so-called deciphered.
I'm sorry, come again, please.
No, you just said that he was the one to decipher it. So that's his perspective, isn't it?
He is credited as, you know, being the one who deciphered it. Some people
Well,
may argue, well, he deciphered it or rediscovered it, but way before him, people have been working on it. You know, there's the I forgot if the book is called, it's Haro Polo.
right, right. So it wasn't he
Polo,
alone. Right.
Come again?
No, so it wasn't he alone. It was one man never do nothing, right?
I mean, it depends what you mean when you say he alone, you know, but he wouldn't have got
Shaka,
where
you the one saying that he was the one who deciphered it.
Well, I've been
And
saying many
he
times
was
that he's the one who's
the father.
credited as deciphering the hieroglyphs, but he's not the first one who worked on decipherment. It was a long process. You know, way before he was born, some people have been trying to translate it. You know what I'm saying? Some Muslims did it, you know what I'm saying? How Apollo did it, you know, he had a book about it. They didn't get everything right. Yeah.
So what happened to those
Champollion
people?
didn't get everything right.
So what happened to those people that wrote the Metanetta? What happened to their people? They just vanished off the earth?
We don't know for sure, but they were invaded in 600 BC by the Assyrians. Before that, there was some invasion, mainly the one of the Hyksos. So most likely they left. Most likely they fled. You know, and probably some stayed, moved down south. We don't know everything for sure. You see, when people flee, they don't really have time to, right? Okay, I'm being conquered, so I'm gonna flee and go here and go there. You know, what I'm saying they just survival. You know, is the main opportunity. So some questions we won't have any answers for, but way after those people
That's like
fled.
Johnny Williams said. It was Champollion and Arab scholars and a combination of people. So
yeah, exactly,
you know,
exactly.
so like that's why we have to tell it like it
centuries.
is. You know, yeah, we have to tell it like it is. We need to be careful of what we say because some people might have questions. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, really, Champollion had a breakthrough in the decipherment of the hieroglyphs, and it is thanks to the Rosetta Stone and also thanks to this obelisk, which had the name of, if I'm not mistaken, Ptolemies, which is Ptolemy, and Cleopatra as well. Those were written, you know.
Right. So, what? So, do you know the method that they use to decipher the Metanetta? Was it through the what is it? The hieratic and the Demotic and some Greek or Arabic languages?
The Rosetta Stone has the Metanetta script, the Greek, and the Demotic script. So two different scripts of the same language, and the Greek. And because we know that in Shenu or Shen or Cartouche, we have the name of a king, he was able to work out, okay, this glyph stands for that sound because we had the Greek. He knew the Greek, he knew Hebrew, he knew Arabic, and he knew Coptic. And Coptic is the latest phase or latest stage of the Metanetta, you know.
Right.
So all this combination of his linguistic skills and knowledge, the fact that he came across the Rosetta Stone, which had the same text in Greek and in Metanetta, and the obelisk with the name of Ptolemies and Cleopatra. And I said Ptolemies. We also have Alexander written, so I don't remember which one of the two it is, but either Ptolemies or Alexander, and the other one with Cleopatra.
I heard before that the a lot of it was came from the Coptic language. That's how we was able to decipher a lot of it. But yeah. Anyway, you know, so it goes. Like maybe it's one in the same. You know, the languages. Anyway.
Come again.
No, I'm the Coptic and the Metanetta. Maybe a lot of it is corresponding to each other.
The Coptic is the latest phase of the Metanetta. So some people always say it is Metanetta. The PhD doctor Ilona Rygoski, she says, and what's the title I have? I think she called it the longest. Hold on, if I put longest. Survive. I don't have it no more. Damn, I'll have to play the clip, but I cannot move forward. But I think she called it the longest surviving language in history, you know, or one of the longest surviving language in history. you know. So well, you know, to make a correlation, I had that Siri thing coming up again. To make a correlation, it's like, you know, you have Old English, Middle English, and the English we speak now. So that's just to make an analogy, you know. It's like, you know, the Middle
It's
Nature is like Old
funny.
English, and the Coptic is like, you know, the contemporaneous English, you know.
Yeah,
It's related, you know. It's like, in a
it's
sense, it's the same language, you know, but it has evolved. There's some variation, you know.
yeah. Pronunciation, grammar.
Exactly, you know. It's the same in French, you know. You have the old school French that nobody speaks today, you know.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I can't remember who it was. But they asked the woman, yeah, the ch- the woman I was in Sanetta, what
Oh,
language,
I'm glad you said
her
that.
people used to speak, you know? Yeah, she talking about it was English. So
Okay, but
yeah.
you know, can you please tell me, because we lost young Jeheru. Can you please tell me, you know, what happened between her and Chris MVP Harris?
Um, Chris is gonna be Chris, man. What you think happened, Shaka?
Well, I don't know.
he
I
gonna
didn't
answer.
watch, you
He
know, and
gonna
I'm
ask them some kind of question that they can't answer, But she wasn't having none of it because she know of Chris. You see.
oh, she knows
So
him.
yeah,
Okay.
the so-called aboriginals, they don't communicate. So Chris W always going against them. So yeah, he asked. I can't remember the
He's not going against
question.
the Shamolesses though, but go ahead.
Yeah, because he have to kiss, who but to be on
Yeah.
the platform. Um, yeah, but he asked us some question. I'm trying to think of what it was, but
No, but
oh yeah,
yeah,
what
yeah.
kind of food? What kind of food? Um, what kind of food our people used to eat? The tribes used to eat,
And what did she
and
reply?
she she said rice and beans and
And
chicken, man.
and he
And
wasn't happy with the answer.
no, because they have a lot of native tribes have their different kind of dish. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He ain't got none to. And he said, I guess they had coleslaw and cornbread too. Right? Chris stupid. But yeah, so he was trying to explain something and she just got rude, you know what I mean? Like she couldn't take the heat, you know what I mean? Basically, she just showed herself like he wasn't doing nothing disrespectful. He asked you the question, you didn't want, you said this ridiculous question, and then he asked you something, you didn't want to answer it. And then when he was going to make a statement before he goes, she was just talking like, like a child, like trying to, yeah. And then, so Chris went on his channel and do what Chris do. That's what happened. But yeah, it was funny though. I ain't gonna
he
lie.
he on his channel. He dealt with the scholarship and decorum. Okay, that's
Yeah,
nice.
you damn coon. I can't believe this lady. This, it's stupid,
Yeah,
man.
it is what it is, man. All right, but hey, some people
Yeah,
feel like
man.
they are
Something.
indigenous. You know, just like some people feel like they are Israelites. You know,
Yeah, but
thanks to
like I
this
said, they could be what
12
they
tribe
want, but
chart.
in reality, the power structure could care less about what they talking about. If they ain't coming and take you with guns and power, forget about it. If they
All
have
right.
some, and the only legislation that they could ever process to have any kind of effect in today's society is being slaves of African country. Because as far as the white man recognize you, you are descendants of slaves. That's why they call you African American. Am I
Descendants
not
of
right?
enslaved Africans, you know, it's a
Yeah.
reality. But you know,
Because
hey,
why would they call you African? So I understand you might have been here and they might stole your birthright, whatever. I mean, not you, your ancestors, because you claiming something that's not reality. So
Yeah, they
I'm
don't live in
sorry.
reality. Just like the Hebrews, the
I'm just being
just like the
straightforward.
Moors.
You know what I mean? You could say that whoever was at whatever time, but that's not the case today, and it haven't been for a long time because it's not even recognizable as such. But yeah,
It's
they
made up.
say yeah. So see the structure power. That's what they see you. So whoever, if Malcolm X was going to the UN or the whatever to plead his case about, reparations or what they did to his people, he was going as a African American, a person from slave descendants of slaves in order to get that reparations. That's the only thing you could go forward with. You know what I mean? Anything else is not even gonna be acknowledgeable to the power structure. So in saying that, everything these people talking about YouTube is just YouTube talk, man. You know what I mean? And that's the facts at the end of the day. So take it for what you want. Hate on whoever claiming that they African and they are people from Africa and reality. That's what they are known as in history today on record. And if we're gonna get any reparation, that's how it's going to come forward. So you could claim what you want, but at the end of the day, don't hate the person that's trying to do what's right for their self and their people as far as getting something to start, to start a foundation. Because all the narratives you give them is not gonna benefit them financially or economy wise in any way. If anything, you taking from them, you asking for money. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, but that's what it is, man. Shaka, you know what I mean? It was a good one, good
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah, I appreciate you, brother.
For
Well, brothers and
sure.
sisters, it's been a good 3 hours. I kind of started later than usual. I'm gonna make my closing remarks as usual. Stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to, but in the channel, I will definitely holler back at you. I don't argue. I stay fast. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. If you do not think right, you will not act right. If you know better, you will do better. Way to do on the channel. Tap.
Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving middle nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, Before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody is interested in learning the Meta Nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Neture classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, you know, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class, and all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medunetya class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/Ma'at Forever.